Oh my God. Get in there. There it is. There it is.
My mic's still on.
I had some that were a little bigger than that.
Yeah.
Good?
Is it hot?
No.
Oh.
Just like almost fell right off. Have you ever eaten one of these?
No. Are these like the caviar line?
Yeah. They're the chickens.
Oh, it's juicy. I need to get my knife. I'm not officially a gardener yet. Ooh.
It's similar to, if you chew on it, kind of like tobacco, you get a similar kind of effect of chewing tobacco.
My eye is just going everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff everywhere.
All right, so can you tell us your name and where we can find you on socials?
Luke the Farmer. Oh, Luke Smith. I'm Luke the Farmer. Mainly on Instagram at Luke the Farmer.
Do you have any advice for beginner gardeners?
Just try it. Best place to start is just doing it. See what happens. You can adjust, you can add, fix, take away later. Just get in the dirt, try it.
Good morning.
How you doing, bud?
Corn. Okay, cool.
January 11th.
Got you. I got more Aquarius cusp.
Okay.
You give me like earthy. I mean,
well, she's a lot more in. Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't Capricorn Earth? Okay, yeah.
Oh
my God. Get in there. There it is. There it is. There it is.
Oh, like I can't go out like a punk. Okay.
Okay.
So the flesh is yellow on the inside. Let's see. But this is big. This is really healthy.
I had some that were a little bigger than that. Good?
Mm-hmm.
I put one in a smoothie one time, but I usually don't eat them. I toss them in there to the chickens.
I know this messed my lipstick up, but I don't even care. Oh, I'm the sloppiest eater for no reason.
Yeah, it could be.
Very acidic and very, I don't even know what's the other compound that.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really don't fool too much.
They're hella juicy.
And it just grows like, I mean, mad.
I just realized there's a whole chicken coop under there.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. These are the bad chickens. These are the annoying ones. My gardens over here, several times I would plant stuff out and then they get in there and they just want to get into that little garden and just tear everything up. So I said, no, you're not getting let out anymore. Being too rude.
You gotta stay in the house. Okay, let me see it real quick. Oh, it's gone. I'm gonna throw it.
Yeah, just toss it.
Okay.
Yeah, these are some of the first guava trees we planted too.
Beautiful guavas.
They were from Lowe's on the sale rack. You know when everything's like $2.
Yeah.
That's what those were. They're the
$2 guavas, you guys.
They're Mexican pink and Mexican white, I think is what they were.
Okay. And this is a beautiful loquat behind you.
Yeah, a little loquat. That's a white sapote.
Ooh.
It's a seedling though, so I don't know. They say that they don't grow. You don't ever really get too great of fruit from the seed, I guess. But,
got you. So this is from seed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, there are some that grow well from seed or have decent fruit from seed. So we'll see. You can always graft it. Not too good. Yeah, a couple pineapples.
I'm looking at this caterpillar. Is that even a caterpillar?
Oh yeah, I think that's the Gulf Fritillary or something like that. I think it's that one. Those orange ones over there.
Butterflies?
Yeah, it's those.
Damn, babe, you still choking. Like, yeah, no, that shit is really like a hungry. So are you like really a country boy? Were you born in a country or?
Yeah, I mean, kinda. Yeah, like I told him, I always had a little, vegetable garden, and then I grew a lot of hot peppers. But my grandparents did it a lot more than me, but my parents kind of left. Then, I mean, my grandparents weren't necessarily really farmers, kind of just small market gardens, to stock the freezers type things.
Right.
But then I enjoyed hanging out with my grandpa, picking peas, shucking corn, doing stuff like that. So I just kind of leaned into it a little bit more as I got older. I was an ag kid. Ag was about the only class I went to.
Got you.
Skipped a lot, but but that was where my attention was. So
okay, feel you. Word.
We're back.
So this is a sugar apple.
Yeah, there was a sugar apple here. it is still here. But then I put a kratom here because I thought it died from a freeze.
Oh.
We've gotten some pretty bad freezes, and it just drops things to the ground.
Yeah.
But it came back. So and then the
kratom?
Hurricane knocked it over, so I just have it tied up in there.
So a kratom?
Yeah.
What is a kratom?
Kratom, or however they call it. It's a leaf that people use for
Kava.
Is it?
Kratom.
Yeah, is Kava the same? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Restaurants.
Yeah.
Kava.
Yeah.
It's like Kratom.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
You have freaking kratom here.
Yep.
You can sell this for a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I chew it every now and then.
Okay.
If I get a good like Jabo or anything that's like sweet, wrap that and you can just chew on it, because it's similar to, if you chew on it kind of like tobacco, you get a similar kind of effect of chewing tobacco. You kind of get a little bit of a, not sedative, but it's a little bit of just kind of that vibe, you know.
Got you. I did Kava when I was pregnant. It was either Kava or Kratom. I passed out in front of everybody.
Oh my gosh.
It was yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
it was this hot. I was sitting down eating and drinking my Kava. Next thing I know, I was on the floor and I had a bunch of people surrounding me. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It made my heart rate too high, I think.
Yeah.
And I just
I know they do, like they'll make like capsules and stuff that's like however many grams of it in a capsule or something, but I don't know how much that equates to just a fresh leaf.
Yeah,
probably it's a lot less. Just a,
I mean, being pregnant changes a lot of things, so I really think it was
that
pregnancy.
Too. Yeah.
But yeah, if it's too potent, you're out of there.
Yeah,
this is a beautiful starfruit tree.
Yeah. Little I think it was a Hawaiian red, or dwarf Hawaiian is what it was called, but it froze down and it came back, so I don't know if it was grafted or not. Got you. I kind of, once I started losing a lot of stuff from freeze and then you get it growing back, then I started really focusing on if it's grafted, where it's grafted. Right. But before I really knew much, I just kind of got everything. I just had that happen with an avocado tree. I bought a Brogdon. I think it was the hurricane that took it out. And it came back. And then it dawned on me, like, I think that's under the grass line. Yeah. So I don't even know what variety it is. I just let it go. Yeah. That's what my mango over here, it did that. But I think it kind of looked like it was grafted about this point, and then that's where it came out from. So if you can find trees that aren't grafted that high, then you know for sure. But there are people that, for some reason, graft smaller trees that high. If it's a large tree and you're top working it, it makes sense to, you know, do it a little bit higher. But for smaller trees, there's definitely grafting them a little bit lower. Right. I would hope grafting at the base. It was supposed to be it was a fruit punch mango. Okay. So what is it now? I don't know. It could be that still, you know, or it could be whatever the rootstock was. Got you. That's the same with that one. That one was a similar situation. Okay. It was supposed to be a peach cobbler, I believe. Okay. But it froze down to the ground and came back, so I don't know what it is now. My eye is just going everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff everywhere. There's so much stuff. I'm like, I see why you could just stay out here all day. Yeah, and that's so I kind of playing. I like having little areas to where it's like I can't see over there, so that's why I kind of like it all, little pathways and blocks of stuff, and then more pathways. Yeah, that's a finger lime. This is finger lime. Why did I think I could just touch that? Yeah, these are annoying when you prune them. It's so pretty. And there's a lot of them too. Tamarind, yeah. Find some big ones. Have you ever eaten one of these? No. Are these like the caviar lime? Yeah. Yay! Okay. Yeah, just rip that puppy open. Let's see. Oh, here's a big one. I'm like, yeah, let me get the big one. So it has thorns on it? Oh, yeah. And yeah, the tree? Horrible. Oh, yeah. I don't know how he just did that, actually. It smells so nice already. Oh! And she juicy. Can you see what's happening? Oh gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna take it off my thumb. I like them. Yeah. They're pretty good. Definitely sour, but it's like a Sour Patch Kid. I expected it
Be much more sour. You want to taste?
Yeah, I have a couple of these over here. I can take this home or whatever.
Thank you.
If you want to try more.
Yeah, no, I haven't eaten breakfast. This was my breakfast.
It's good fruit for breakfast.
For sure.
I like doing that. Getting out, eating something, you know, doing some work.
Yeah.
That's why I really like starfruit for that. Starfruit or fresh off the tree are so good.
I've never had
I don't like them when they're not fresh off the tree anymore, honestly.
Gotcha. Oh, that's your bougie starfruit eater.
Yeah, I got this finger lime, that one over there, on the other side of that pineapple, and then another one over there trying to get swallowed up by those grapes. We have
how you did that.
We have the wild muscadine all through here.
Oh, wow.
And then I have more, I guess, selected variety of muscadine over here.
Got you.
It has a story. I got it when I was like 16.
Okay.
Off Craigslist. I've always kind of really liked trying to make wine and stuff. And before I could buy it, I really tried to make it.
Okay.
I wanted to buy, you know, grapevines and everything. So I went and found a vineyard that was selling some vines on Craigslist. It was like Blue Heron Vineyard or something like that. And they just had a couple of them. And that's the only one. It's moved with me a couple times. And it's growing on the
wine with it?
Yeah, I did once.
Okay.
I did once. Well, I used to have it at my dad's house a long time ago.
Oh,
I had it strung up on wire. And it was, you know, growing like a good grape. But then when I moved, yeah, again, be careful these things. Which I brought these here so they could be planted around the coops. But so, you know, nothing gets into the coops, keep everything away.
Get in the coop, right?
I have a door over there. Yeah. And then I can come in this way. Because there were a lot more of these all through here, but I've gone through and hacked them out because I get so tired of pricking myself on them. Got you. And again, the pineapple is just kind of insignificant.
Okay, so why are these variegated and these not?
I don't know. Just how they are. But they seem to be a very similar thing.
Oh, you have so many pups on that one.
Yeah. If you want, y'all can take that. And there you'll get a bunch of plants.
There's a pineapple on there.
Yeah, be very careful.
Oh my God, where do I grab
Just kind of in the middle, right here underneath. Cool. Yeah, real careful.
Wow.
And like I said, if you have, you know, plant those underneath your window or something and no one's going to come near it. Because like, look at that. Try getting through that stuff.
Holy
I mean, maybe if you're geeked up on PCP or something, but you know, you wouldn't want to willingly. The coyotes don't, the bobcats don't. But what got annoying was the rats do. The rats will get in there and make their burrows underneath it because then they can't, you know, get attacked by the bobcats. Because we get bobcats that will kind of come through here and
you know, someone asked me yesterday, what's the craziest animal that you guys have to deal with? Because I always ask, bobcats for sure.
Those things are smart. Yeah. And we had a coop of turkeys over here. And I mean, it would just come in and just get one when it wanted.
Oh, wow.
And it did. That's basically why we ended up not having any more turkeys. Because they just got picked off slowly. And they're just a very smart animal.
Yes.
They can climb. They can figure things out. Reach their little paws in.
Oh, my God.
And they're like a big, smart house cat. A tiny panther, basically.
Yes,
you know, they really are.
That's
crazy.
What I'm thinking.
You can just toss that wherever we can grab it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because we're not going to come back this way to get out, are we?
We can.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
And yeah, I was just going to walk past the Jabos, like no big deal.
This is a Plania Phitrantha Otto Anderson.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. Plania Phitrantha Restinga Otto Anderson, I believe.
So is that like Sabra?
No, Plania cauliflora is the Sabra.
Okay.
And that's that one right there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some fruit on that one too.
Awesome.
Yeah, if y'all, there's some.
Oh, and it's right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, like
yeah.
that
I'm
one.
definitely going to try it. It is our favorite fruit. I'm like, you talk about geeked up. I'm about to be geeked up on Jabo.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Thank you.
Save the seeds.
For sure.
This is the first year that this one's fruited. And I've been planting the seeds and none of them have sprouted yet. So hopefully they do.
This is so good. I'm going to cry again.
Cost it out part-time of the month.
Mine is too. We're in it.
Oh my God. The flavor. I actually like the skin of this one.
I do too. I honestly, I kind of like a little bit of tang and sour
together.
Yeah, I like them.
It balances things. There's another one close to the base. Oh, you got that one, I think. There's one right here.
Yeah, if there's any good ones, grab them.
Oh. Now I don't know.
I had a whole. This was. I don't know where.
That's the skin.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, thank you.
There was. I mean, this thing was about covered in flowers.
Wow.
And fruit, and then my geese came over here, and I think it was the geese. There could have been. We get a lot of rabbits from the swamp and everything too.
So delicious.
Toss seed in the pocket.
So I have 3 Jabo seedlings now.
Okay.
From doing garden tours.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited.
Good.
I really like these. I hope these fruit. So
I love them.
The 3 that I got, I had 15 Jabo seeds, and only 3 made it. So I'm like, just praying over these seeds. I'm gonna plant them the full moon, make sure the water level's right. Like, baby these.
Yeah, definitely baby them in a pot for a few years.
For sure.
That's kind of what I do. A few years back, I bought a couple bags of seeds of different kinds. These were just seedlings that I had bought.
Okay.
And these grew really quick.
Yeah?
They grew really quick.
How old is this tree?
It was probably maybe 2 years when I bought it, and it's been in the ground for, I think, 2.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, 4, 5, 6 years maybe.
Yeah, that's a really good time.
Yeah.
I can wait 5 years for that.
And I don't cover anything out here. And we've gotten down to, I think I planted this after we had those really cold bouts. And it's kind of protected the chicken coop, the oak trees over here along the stuff. But we've gotten down to 19 out here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what, when I say I lost a lot of trees and the stuff drops to the ground and comes back, all the guavas you'll see, everything has dropped to the ground and come back.
19 in Florida is nuts.
It's because we're just so central. You know, we're almost as even center. We're the same distance from each coast. So I think just being that far away from the water, you know, just rides down the center of Florida. And I've been down in Arcadia and it gets about that cold. You go to open up fences and there's just ice on everything, you know.
Wow.
So, and when you get away from the city, you're away from all that concrete and the infrastructure. Yeah.
That's what I want, but I'm not ready for that yet. I don't think it's my time.
Yeah.
What, are these turmeric under? Or
this is just that flowering ginger.
Oh, okay.
The oyster shell or something. There's some over here that's flowering. I have a bunch of it. It came from my grandma's house as well.
Oh,
I poached a lot of plants from her.
So is she like happy that you grow your own food?
Oh yeah, yeah,
oh, awesome.
Yeah, she loves it.
This is a pathway.
Yeah, I kind of. This is all wild coffee.
Okay.
Then I have Surinoms. This is another Suriname. Most of these are all from seed.
So the coffee is this.
Yeah, it's like the wild variety. It just puts out a little red berry.
Oh.
It's mainly just for the birds and the bugs.
Okay.
But
so does it have caffeine?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't believe so. I don't think it's a different species, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. This is one of the ones I don't know anything about, really.
There's a lot going on back here in this little cove.
Yeah. And the coop's about to get moved, but I told myself I was going to do it, and then the vine just took it over, and I was like, well, I'll just wait, because I want to get a lot of cuttings off of it this year.
And then do some.
Yeah, yeah. Because they were growing this specifically for winemaking, the vine. So that's kind of why I had bought it. So I want to really try and get it strung up on some wire and get it growing good. Because, I mean, even as it is, there's
plenty of
ton of them through here.
That's why I'm like, you're gonna sacrifice the vine.
Yeah.
But you said you're gonna propagate it. So
yeah,
it's not
I'll put it out in a little bit sunnier spot.
Yeah.
And
then it'll really go crazy.
Oh yeah. Get some bigger clusters.
These pineapples everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They propagate so fast. Like I mean, this whole back of the coop is just lined up with them.
Holy moly. Holy moly.
And because a lot of my cold wind comes from this way too. So I want to kind of thicken this area up right through here.
Oh, it's pretty thick.
Yeah, it is.
How do you even, is this all weed whacking?
Yeah, I just get the weed eater in here.
But these are ferns.
Yeah, these are all ferns.
They're still beautiful.
Yeah, I like the way they look. Yeah. And then I have more of the gingers over here. That's a shampoo ginger, the taller one there. I like those. And I got dragon fruit on all these oak trees.
Got you. I see it at the bottom.
That one flowered.
Oh, wow.
It might hold a fruit. I don't know. I think it might.
It's bony.
Yeah, it might.
Oh, but it is.
Yeah. Did you see how high it goes up there? These also came from my grandma's house. There was a huge oak tree. Yeah. And she barely even knew she had it. I think it was something my uncle planted there. I mean, probably when I was born, and it just took over the oak tree. And then one day I noticed when we moved over there and we were living with her for a little while, I noticed some flaw on the ground. I'm like, that's freaking dragon fruit. And I was looking and I'm like, oh my goodness. And it was just all up in the oak trees. So I brought them here and they're growing in all these oak trees.
Wow.
That's another thing. I want to get some pieces on some good sunny trellis work, you know, get them fruiting good.
Got you. Yeah, because dragon fruit is, I think, every gardener's just stepchild. We just leave it out. We don't really fertilize, don't water it, and it does its thing. I got my first dragon fruit last year. It was on my neighbor's fence because I planted it along the fence, and I'm like, I didn't even know that you were here. I didn't do like
welcome.
You have to hand pollinate it and all this crazy stuff. But
you can definitely to ensure. But I mean, I don't really hand pollinate any of these, and every now and then I'll get it.
Yeah.
But I did have some, once I figured out what it was and where it was growing, I pulled some and had it growing on my balcony that was overlooking a lake. So it was super sunny, and it would just flower all the time.
Oh, that's
I mean, it would just line up with flowers on it. It was so cool.
And the flower's gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is. And then we also have some of the night blooming cirises. Have you seen those? The queen of the night. The flower is almost the same as the dragon fruit, but the growth habit's a little bit different.
Okay.
And it does the same like nighttime flower.
Oh.
I have some big ones in there.
Okay. Is this like a nursery?
Kinda. It was just her grandpa's spot that he played around in.
Oh.
And he would try and grow a few things, but then he didn't have too much over here. And then I put a whole bunch of stuff in here. When I went crazy with orchids for a little while.
Got you.
But then, and we had that during those winters. I lost a ton of stuff, and then our well went out at one point. So then I took everything and kind of moved it around and just neglected this area a little bit. I try to focus on this. It's a little bit of a lot, so I try to just focus on that.
Definitely a little bit of a lot.
But if y'all need any more dragon fruit cuttings,
got you.
I got loads.
Okay.
I got freaking.
I'm never gonna say no to dragon fruit. Oh wow.
We can come back and grab it, but yeah.
I'm gonna bring her with us.
Yeah, we can. I mean, you don't have to carry.
I'm gonna put it by the Jabo.
Yeah, that's the night blooming cereus. I put a little one up in there. See the flowers coming out on it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. There's some bigger ones in there. And they're awesome. Which back in the day, they would have, night parties to where they would have, a glass greenhouse or something, and they would display the plant, and everybody would drink champagne and go crazy and then wait for the flower to open up at midnight. Yeah. Because they'll open up like at 1 o'clock.
Wow.
Like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty consistent.
So that's like am I looking at, it's the staghorn fern?
Well, there's a staghorn up there too, but then see, I got a bunch of pots under here, but see these right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the flowers. And this is the plant.
Gotcha.
I'll give you some pieces of it. We have a ton in there. It's super easy to grow too.
Awesome.
Yeah. We can go grab it right now.
Thank you, Luke. Oh, I'm sorry. I dragon fruited him.
Yeah, they're a bit
I'm going to go
pokey.
set it down. You can
Okay, yeah. Set it down real quick.
I don't want to stab any more people.
Over here is where the mosquitoes are.
So good. I don't know.
They definitely will get you over here.
I don't know if it's that passion fruit. It has to be, because that's the only thing that I ate. Like,
what's that?
I smell so good.
Oh yeah,
I feel like it smell like cotton candy or something.
Passion fruit does kind of have a little bit of that real fruity kind of thing to it.
That smells amazing.
Yeah, again, I don't really.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I don't give too much attention to over here.
I ain't got my boots on.
It's like, yeah, I got a whole bunch of these little ones. Some good ones.
Hell yeah, I can feel them. One of them tagged me not too long ago.
I've got a bigger pot to put these in.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're super easy to grow. They just, I neglect everything and they just grow perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's so green.
Those are cuttings I took a while back.
So I should plant it in the shade?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I mean, they like being, like, they're basically like a saghorn.
Got you.
They kind of like to be under a canopy a little bit.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Supposedly, when like Amazon, they grow along the rivers, and they'll be on trees like right where the water line gets to.
Got
so
you.
Like the roots will kind of get a little bit of that.
So that's
flood
how you
water.
know you're near water.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're ever lost
probably
in the forest.
Yeah, ginger. This is the Sabara.
Oh, got you.
Cauliflora. Yeah,
Ooh.
Plania cauliflora.
I'm gonna grab that one.
Yeah, grab them. Yeah, and I've had this thing. I mean, you see how big it is, and it will. This is the most it's fruited, like these right here, and that thing is just pumping fruit out. I mean, this one might give you 10 so far.
Got you.
That one's already given me probably 50.
The seed was crunchy.
Oh yeah,
I could eat through it. I should have kept it, but
yeah, definitely keep them.
Oh my god, so good. I feel so hydrated.
Yeah.
Look how our fruit.
I really want to try and make some wine with these one day. I think mixing that with like the muscadines or this with something else, I think would be really
the best.
Be really interesting.
Are these moringa? Yeah,
that's a little moringa. I got a ton of them through here. Big ones. I just chop it all the time. Then turmeric.
Ooh, these are healthy as heck.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever harvest them?
Yeah.
Awesome.
These, I mean, I kind of leave these a little bit. Every now and then I'll dig these ones up.
Got you.
But I had a whole bunch more over there.
Okay.
And then I got some scattered all through about.
And what kind of mango is this?
Tommy Atkins.
Oh.
Tommy Atkins. That was one of the first ones I got.
So
it was the first mango I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's about 8 years old?
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Right about. Yeah. I had it in a pot for a little while. Yeah. I bought it and had it at the other house.
Okay.
Probably right about the time we started out here. So yeah.
Wow.
And come over to the other side of it. It's got a good fruit on it, but come over to the other side of it and look at that trunk because it's been tortured by the freeze as well.
No, literally.
See how it
looks twisted.
Yeah.
Oh, it's split.
It's kind of closed up now, but at one point busted out right here.
Dang.
And it was just a big gap, and then now it's like you see up here.
Oh.
Died back.
Little baby been through it.
I mean, I prune everything pretty hard, but every now and then we get a harder natural prune from the freeze.
I honestly, but I don't get down to 19, but the results that we get from the freezes are so needed for just a reset.
Yeah.
It pumps energy back into the roots. Yeah. So my trees go crazy.
And I think trees do better when they have to really work for it, you know?
Yeah.
I think they do a whole lot better when you kind of torture them. Everything I have in pots gets tortured.
Do you ever like curse them out and tell them, if you don't fruit, get out of here? And then the fruit comes?
No, not usually. Every now and then, I mean, they'll get inadvertently hit with a weed eater.
Got you.
I had a little Patanga tube over there that I stepped on yesterday weed eating. I was a little bit sad about that one because it's starting to look pretty good and I heard it crunch, so I don't know what it's going to do. But yeah, this is a purple camito, the star apple thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And there's a bigger one right there.
Okay. Yeah. Have you got fruit from those?
Nope, not yet.
That's so cool.
I planted that one, and then I heard that you might need more than one for good pollination. So I planted another one over here, and I got some more in pots.
What's this in the middle?
Jabo. This one's a Plania Fitrantha ESALQ.
Okay.
And then that one is, I believe, a Plania cornata restinga.
Do they have like common names?
Jabo.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know there's like Sabo, Grandma, and then Red.
Yeah, the red hybrids. Yes. And then there's the Plania Oriana, which is like the white one, which I believe the red hybrid is a cross between the Cauliflora and the Oriana.
Okay.
I believe that's what that was. And then it made a more precocious variety.
What is precocious?
Eager to fruit.
Got you. Yeah. Okay.
The Sabra being less precocious, and then Otto Anderson up here more precocious.
Okay. Yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then this is another Sabra seedling.
That one's I think that one was a red hybrid, but I'm not sure. I kind of got a lot of stuff mixed up. Some things I can kind of tell, like the ESALQs, the leaves a little bit longer and bigger. You can kind of tell those.
It's spiky.
Yeah, yeah. Like, and then I did manage to remember those.
Okay.
Have them separated and named.
Got you. So,
but then some of them I forgot. I think that one is not any of these. I know the Otto Andersons, I only had a couple of those.
Got you.
So I have lost a few. I do have one over there that might be an Otto Anderson. We can kind of snake through here a little bit.
That's what I was about to say, because what is this?
There's just stuff everywhere. That is a neem tree.
Oh.
Yeah, for the neem oil.
Someone told me the other day, they were like, have you eaten any of the leaves before? And he was like, it's crazy. It's like worse than a moringa leaf.
Oh, I hate moringa too. I hate that stuff. It stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good for you though. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Am I gonna do this?
I don't know.
Should I eat the leaf?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Okay, you said do it. Let's try it. I know.
Do it for the gram.
Maybe don't eat the whole thing.
Yeah, that was all I needed.
Do the little, the
That
little
was
taste.
crazy.
Is that bad?
I don't know.
No,
Well, they say too, if you're in the woods and you want to see if something's edible and you're really desperate, they say you're supposed to like rub it on your skin and see what happens, then break it open and get the sap on your skin. And then if nothing happens, then touch it to your tongue, see what happens.
Gotcha.
Do like a slow,
I skipped a lot of steps.
Yeah.
I went right to death. No, literally, neem is a abortifacient.
Okay.
I want to say it has to be intravenous, like
Okay.
not through your blood, but you have to insert it. So just
subcutaneous
eating it,
or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend just cutting up the leaves and putting it in your vagina. You literally have to extract the
I'll put it in my
oil.
hair before anything.
Yeah, it's
and that's
really
what they do with
hair,
it. For shampoo or something.
Yeah, literally.
Or I know they do like they can make insect repellent for like plants and stuff. The neem oil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever like utilize it for stuff like that?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
But I wanted to have it just in case,
Yeah.
And this is the first year it's looked really, really good.
It's really healthy. That's awesome.
More shampoo ginger.
Yeah, you have like ginger everywhere.
Oh yeah.
That's like your buddy.
I tried to do the edible ginger.
Okay.
I have some over there that I just noticed coming back. I need to kind of baby it, but
is this
that's the Patanga tuber I stepped on.
That's what I was about to say. So Patanga tuber, that's in the Suriname family?
Yeah, the Eugenia.
Yes, it just is more tangy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you tried it yet?
I haven't.
Okay.
No, yeah. I have that one, and they kind of just real pouty and don't grow that fast. And kind of annoy me a little bit.
I've been on a couple garden tours now, and everyone has a Patanga tuber, but nobody's tried the fruit.
Yeah, I do. I mean, Flying Fox Fruits.
Flying Fox?
Yeah, he's over in Sanford, and that's who I got these from. That's where I got a lot of the Jabos from.
Got you.
Yeah, he's kind of the
big dog.
Yeah, of the Plania and the Eugenia world. Garcinia. Yeah, he's I would consider him an authority on that, definitely.
Flying Fox Farm.
Flying Fox Fruits.
Flying Fox Fruits, guys.
Yeah. That would be a good place to go to.
For sure. And just if you're looking for some of these trees.
Yeah, he has a website too. You can go on that.
This is another star fruit?
Yeah, that one's a seedling.
Got you.
And I have two of them back there. That one, the big one's the B10.
Okay.
And then the one next to it is the seedling from the B10. And then that's what this one is too, seedling from B10.
Gotcha.
And I haven't had any of the seedlings fruit yet, but that one over there has got some little smallies on it. So maybe I'll taste those this year.
Awesome. Yeah, I noticed it was, once you get to the top, it was a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and the B10 will get, it'll break branches. It's savage.
What is this?
Mexican sunflower, the little orange kind.
Okay, yeah, the leaves look a little different than the yellow ones.
Yeah, I planted. I put in a whole bunch of pumpkins through here, but I don't know if it's the soil is just a little bit bad, or the sunflowers are more, what do they call it, allelopathic or something, when they don't like other stuff growing around them. I know the other sunflowers are like that, the regular, mammoths and all that. I didn't know if these were yet, so I kind of did a little test, but.
And it looks like, I guess.
It looks like they might be.
Yeah.
Equally as.
Some of them, maybe the squash just planted a little further. Like maybe
I don't know. But then kind of over here, you see they're shorter.
Yeah.
The sunflowers, and then over here, they're really good, and they seem to be restricting them more. So that might be,
For sure.
But then we'll go over there, and it's not happening at all. So then, I don't know.
Okay, so what are these hiding?
These are that blackberry jam fruit.
Oh.
They've kind of struggled a good bit. There was one over there that actually had a little, it was partially rotten.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't get to eat it, but
got you.
It popped and was some black mush inside.
Black jam.
Yeah, blackberry jam fruit, I guess.
I haven't given enough love to your bananas. You have some beautiful bananas.
Yeah.
The ones with the red leaves really are sticking out to me though. What are those?
I don't know what that one is. I've cut it down a bunch of times, so I don't know.
Do you see it past the
that one
lemongrass?
over there is a dwarf Cavendish.
Oh, with the
yeah,
red leaves?
I do have a bunch of dwarf Cavendish over here, so that could be what that is.
Okay.
But I did order one time that was supposed to be a giant banana variety, but then they sent me something else, and it was like, they said it was a variegated banana, but I don't know if it is or not. Be careful on eBay buying fruits, because there's a lot of liars.
I've seen that. My mom got some dwarf starfruit trees. None of them sprouted.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know.
Yeah. Starfruit is a big one. The seeds really need to be fresh.
Got you.
Yeah, the fresher the seeds, the better for that. Plenty of the Jaboticabas, they're the same. The fresher the seed, kind of the better.
Got you.
Yeah, they don't really appreciate drying out. I think loquats are similar. You won't. It's hard to get an old seed to sprout.
They're tropical fruits.
Yeah, so they wouldn't really dry out too much.
That makes sense. Did you want to cut through here?
Any which way. I got a couple little jabos in here. There's just stuff everywhere.
You said fix it? In the back? Oh. I think it's just going to have to be like that. It's a bodysuit. I'm not. Thank you. Ow! I always get some battle wound from these garden tours.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So this sugar cane over here. That's another Kratom.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was really big.
Kratom, and then a Kratom over there, seedling, mango. Couple little, that's supposed to be, it's a little abiyu.
This?
Abiyu.
Oh,
I can't remember the other name. Abiyu. It's like a yellowish fruit.
Awesome.
I had another one, but then it died, and it's kind of struggled and come back. So.
Got you.
But it was a seedling, so.
I've seen these, never in person, but every time I see them like on the plant inventories, I'm like, I wonder what that is.
Yeah. Wait, they don't like the cold.
Okay, got you. So it's been knocked down?
A bunch of times.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is a starfruit that just popped up, or you planted?
A seedling that struggled, and I've weed-eated many times.
I just got bit so hard.
Oh, gosh.
I looked down. I thought it was I don't even know, but it was just a mosquito.
Like a little, oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah,
we get a lot of those little deer flies, too. The little yellow, it's like a mini horsefly.
Got you.
And those things are so annoying. They'll really, they can light you up.
Gotcha.
And we have loads of wasps, but
okay.
I know on some of those videos you said you don't like those. There's a lot of them here.
I'm so glad that you saw that. Yeah, I don't, but
this is kind of, don't bump the bananas too hard. They might be in there.
Exactly.
I get lit almost every time I'm chopping.
It's the worst. Yeah. I literally told Trey yesterday to chop down. I started and they came out and I was like, yep. Y'all got it.
But I mean, they'll eat little worms. They'll eat aphids. They eat all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then we got all sorts of types of bugs out here, but we get the little burrowing wasps. They're bigger wasps, but they make little holes in the ground. Okay. And you'll see those things hauling a huge caterpillar or like a grasshopper. You're like a big old helicopter just hauling that thing, and then they get into the hole. God. It's crazy to watch. And then the little jumping spiders, we have tons of those out here, and they'll eat dragonflies. They'll eat. Okay. I mean, it's savage to watch.
Yeah,
I really love just like
sit back and watch it. It's crazy.
I do a lot of just staring at stuff. Yeah. I'll just come out here and kind of just. You know,
pay attention because it'd be nuts. Like it's so many ecosystems in these that we create. So, but not even create. I'll say steward. Yeah. It's so beautiful.
It really is. And I'm super strict on. I don't spray anything. I don't do anything like that. Awesome. It's like completely out of the question for me. And I just let a lot of things go. And I don't really have much issues with bugs at all. Yeah. I mean, when we get drought, some of the burrowing wasps, like the bigger wasps, I noticed they'll kind of burrow into the bananas. Oh. And I think they're looking for moisture or something. For sure. And then whenever you get a big windstorm, when they snap, you'll see they'll snap almost right at where they get burrowed into. So it weakens them a little bit. But that only happens when you get really bad drought.
Got you.
Everything gets desperate, which, I mean, I got a ton of bananas, so it's fine if you lose a few. I kind of like the Surinoms, some of this stuff I grow just for the birds, just for, pollinators and things like that. And then the weeds. I let the weeds grow a lot.
I love that.
I call it my cover crop because I can just weed eat it and mow it down super easy. And it comes right back. And then when you watch, there's more bugs and pollinators in the weeds half the time than anything else. So, and then when you look at the weeds, like this will get like a little flower on it. These are pretty cool. You get so much cool stuff that pops up. I even have like a little aster that popped up over here. Ooh. I guess we'll go down this side now. Yeah. It's kind of, I have it like mazed through here a little bit.
Yeah, that's why you did your
yeah.
my hermit crawl.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how you could be like a gnome out here.
Yeah, I feel like a gnome sometimes. I got little grimmels in here.
Oh,
these are the grimmel seedlings I grew. There's another one back in there.
Got you.
Kind of plucking them in here.
How old do you think this seedling is?
Maybe 3 years.
Okay. Yeah. Grimmels are crawlers.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, they're a little bit slower to grow.
I know they're slower to fruit. Well, someone told me they're slower to fruit.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, that's the one bad thing about Javos, but I like them just because their natural growth habit is kind of like a bonsai. You know, they kind of have. I have some all in here too. Oh,
is that the squash?
Yeah, these are the.
Looks much better.
These are the calabaza squash.
I love that one.
Yeah, they're so. I love them. I like them. I think they're sweeter than like a butternut or something.
Yeah, I agree. And I like the texture of them better than a butternut.
Yeah.
Butternut just more watery too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this has more of a creamy profile.
Yeah, it does.
Like a potato.
Anytime I make like a butternut squash soup or something, I always use this.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing that. But then I have some of the sunflowers over here, and they don't seem to be bothering them too much.
At all. If anything, they look like they have more of a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
What
but
is this, though?
A cosmos.
Oh.
Yeah, a little cosmos.
This whole bed looks better. I think maybe the soil better.
Well, this was, and then that little block over there, it was 2 vegetable beds. And then this is where I had a lot of stuff. I had this thing flat full of okra at one point.
Okay.
Then I had it all sugarcane, and then I wanted to do the Jabos through here and a few more bananas, and then the sugarcane attracts a lot of rats. So I kind of wanted to be more planned in how I have the sugarcane. Yeah. So I just chopped and dropped a bunch of it a couple times. And all the sugars and everything from the sugarcane, I think, is a huge soil stimulant.
For sure. That's awesome.
So I think that's kind of what's going on. So they could be still doing the allelopathic thing, but there's just so many microbes that they're converting that exudate to something usable for the pumpkins. Yeah. That's a lot of the reason I don't like spraying stuff and I don't even really fertilize. I mean, if I do something like this, I might put a little bit of fish emulsion when they first come up, but I don't hit my trees with anything. I don't irrigate anything. Yeah. I kind of want to just force the microbes to do a bunch of the work.
Yeah.
So that's why I just chop and drop. And
because when you bring it out from external, you're cheating, handicapping.
Yeah, you kind of are. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of are. I mean, to jumpstart everything, like I've had these beds, I mean, 6 inches deep several times with wood chips. I had the mushroom compost brought in over here, but that was, I mean, years ago. And I think that kind of, like I said, everything out here was just sand. Yeah. So doing that over the years has just built a little bit more soil structure.
Definitely.
And I do use the wood chips still. I have them, they're all dropped up front though. The storm flooded them and kind of washed them out and soaked everything. But that big hurricane we had. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that one was the whole middle, like when you came in over the bridge, that canal that's there was basically like the whole middle of the property. Like it was just like a torrent of a river running through the property. Because technically that's a drainage for properties over there, but those properties used to be more swampy before they put the warehouses there. Oh. So now we basically just get all the runoff from those warehouses that can't accept the water anymore. Wow. So it just came rushing through. I just had the same thing with Rebel Farms. Yeah. They developed the land so much that it flooded like never before. Yep. So, wow. But the city planners know what they're doing. They all know what they're doing. And they just like, good luck. Wow. Apparently they have degrees. I don't know. Yeah, apparently. So are these mulberries? Yes. Yeah. That's that native, the native one, whatever. And it was, this year it was loaded. Oh, I mean, slap covered. The birds were having a heyday. I was picking them, but the birds were just having a heyday. And then I have a couple more mulberries. Those big ones are mulberries, but they're different varieties. I don't know what varieties they were, and they rarely ever fruit. I feel like this is like my favorite spot in the garden so far. Yeah, it's so occupied. Yeah, it's like everything is doing what it's supposed to do. This is a picture, matter of fact. Get it? A video. Get it. And you should be in it. Oh gosh. Like, let me walk away. I know, because it's like you're just here and the land does what it does. But yeah, kind of. This is all you're doing. I'm like a traffic guard. I just tell stuff where to go. Right.
But no, this is beautiful. I even love the banana logs that you have around.
Oh
the
yeah,
Jabos.
I like doing that around the little trees.
Yeah, so
cover
cute.
the ground a little bit. And I'll probably kind of rearrange these bananas through here.
Yeah.
I kind of, that clump after this one, I kind of wanted to get rid of it and then plant one right in between the one coming up after it.
Okay.
Then I'll have a nice spacing between them and everything. But
spacing and all of that doesn't seem like your thing.
Everything's just moving around. I mean, even like the bananas, they kind of walk. You know, they want to go this way one year, they want to go that way. So you're always kind of adjusting to that.
Mm-hmm. Chasing them around.
Yeah, yeah. Moving stuff. And then, I mean, too, you can put the bananas as thick as you want and then just cut half of them and use them for mulch.
For sure.
And you can move them. That's the one good thing I like about bananas. You can move them really easily. They get froze down to the ground and come back within months.
Yeah.
They're super easy, super easy.
I love bananas. Yeah. I just planted a bunch of corms everywhere in my yard because I just love them.
They're great.
Very much.
We got racks all over the place.
Yeah, I'm like, so do you eat them or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm trying to really increase production of the bananas because I want to be able to sell bananas and like pumpkins, maybe a few other things, and then maybe make a product with the Jabos, make a wine or something of that nature.
I love that for you, Luke. Just be you and your land. Right now, do you sell anything?
Not right now. I mean, every now and then I'll have an excess of stuff and I'll sell to some family or give them to some family. But I'm working towards getting the vegetables going again. And then, because before when it was just the vegetable beds, we sold at the farmer's market in Lakeland, and we did the vegetables, cut flowers, and herbs.
Got you.
And then we did that for a few years. And then COVID happened and it kind of got a little weird up there. So we kind of took a step back and I was like, I want to focus on some fruits for a little while.
Yeah.
And then that's when we really started going crazy planting all the fruit and the bananas. Because at first we just had like a couple bananas down there and like I think like that one, the first one over here, and that was like really it.
Gotcha.
And then we just started spreading them all over the place. Every time I had a pup ready, I was moving it.
Awesome. Yeah. I've just gotten to that point. Like every time I get a pup, I'm moving it.
And like, I mean, like these right here, you can bear them down, and that's one way to do it. But you could also just take a shovel and pop this out.
Yeah. And
you'll have a huge banana tree. I mean, like this time of year when it's nice and wet and they have adequate moisture, they won't skip a beat.
Gotcha.
They really won't. And if you damage the leaves, you could just chop it right here, and then it'll shoot back out. And, yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I noticed a lot of the main, like in larger agricultural purpose or agricultural situations, when they grow the bananas, when they're bearing them down, usually it's because they're going to wait a little while before they plant them. So as that wouldn't be able to wait, you know, if you're doing that immediately, you just plant it out. And I kind of do it like that because my geese will find the tender leaves and just destroy them. Like even they'll get in here and kind of tear some of these up, but for some reason, if I plant one, they really will focus in on it.
Gotcha.
So I kind of have to make sure my pups are a little bit taller. Like even the plums you saw over there, they'll jump up and grab a plum. And you know, goose is already this tall, so when they jump, they're getting like
a jump is terrifying.
Yeah.
Do not jump around me, geese.
They really, I mean, they just hop straight up.
Oh,
it's hilarious.
Wow. Oh, your Mexican sunflowers.
No, those are
the orange. I'm looking straight.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, wait, oh, where, yes. I was gonna say, these right here, it's some kind of aster.
Oh,
that grew.
This is what you're talking about.
Yeah, they just came in and started growing.
And they're tall.
And they've been growing here for a few years.
Wow.
They come back.
I thought this was longevity spinach.
No, it's some kind of aster.
That's cool.
They'll load up with flowers. They look really cool.
Wow.
And yeah, these are all guavas over here. And the cherry of the Rio Grande right there.
Oh, I've never tried this.
It was loaded. This was the first year it fruited, and it was loaded.
It
was one of the first things that fruited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What did the fruit taste like?
I know that's like a little bit more fruity version of a Suriname.
Okay.
Yeah, and it still had a little bit of that
electrical fire.
Yeah, like diesel-y, like turpentine type kick to it. Or like fuel, like
yeah. I had someone explain it as electrical fire, and
that's a good way to put it.
I know it's a different. It's like hard to say that, but yeah, it's really
funny how
diesel-y.
explanations that they've never tasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who's drinking gas? Like, we're all out.
That's true.
Gas.
Well, if you've ever had to like empty a gas tank or something, you have to, use the hose, and you get a little bit in your mouth, and then you. Yeah. So I've actually done that. So, I'm not like Jethro White drinking it or nothing.
Are these more Cavendish?
Yeah, dwarf Cavendish. I don't really like them that much. They do put out a
bananas?
good. Yeah, they put out a good banana, but I just don't like how they grow.
Oh.
They kind of they're less. They don't want to put out a rack as much as like the Namwas. The Namwas just want to put out a rack. It'll put out a small rack if they have to. But the Cavendish, they'll abort a rack pretty quickly.
That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
So also, I've noticed they grow a lot of pups.
They do. You really have to be chopping on them. And I don't like how they crease. Like kind of, you look in here and they kind of like just bunch up and they crease and they get real dirty. Like, oh, sorry. Yeah, that kind of.
You're putting me on right now because the plant that I put all the corms out was of the freaking dwarf Cavendish. And I had one finally come up. So when I bought it, it was in a 5-gallon pot and it was 3 in it. And I was a novice. So I was like, oh, this is a great deal. Took it home. It turned into like 15. And I'm like, how am I supposed to manage all of this? Like, this is crazy. So I finally just got out there and separated everything. But it was because it shot out a rack. And it was the worst banana rack I've ever got. Like,
little skinny,
yes. And like you said, like it was like the tree just died almost before it even
didn't really it didn't want to do it.
It's like, I don't really want to give you this fruit. Dang. Okay, so that's just the variety. Because my dwarf Namwas, they don't do that at all.
Really?
They're beautiful producers.
I'm glad you brought me one of those.
Flowers.
I've been wanting one of those.
Awesome. Yeah, they grow chill, like they'll do grandmother, mother, daughter, and then maybe like 2 nieces, which you can propagate more from. Got you.
If you have any, I have the regular tall Namwa. Then I have some Brazilian tall and dwarf, which isn't really that dwarf.
Okay.
But if you want some of those, you have room for them.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll pull you up a pup.
Absolutely. Because right now I have the ice cream banana. Have you had that one before?
I've tried it once, but that was another one of those things that you buy and it's supposed to be a ice cream and you get it. It's not. It's a Namwa or whatever. But yeah, I've tried it once, but I've never had one grow.
I have a tree, but I planted it too far in the shade, so it hasn't given me a rack yet. I'm actually going to go and separate it. I've been trying to get my husband to do it because I planted it so far back. I'm just terrified to go back there. I don't know what's back there.
Snakes. We get a lot of the
no, for real.
Little rat snakes and everything.
Yeah, and I also use it as my compost, so it's like this times 5, like just dense with stuff, and I'm like, roaches in there.
Oh yeah, like, I hate those little German cockroaches and stuff. Oh, I hate those.
I'm just not trying to go through that.
That's the one bad thing about chop and drop is you'll just and I always I'll get one in my boot and you don't know it, and you take your boots off at the end of the day and just mashed in there. It's like, oh god, gross.
You're now one with the roach.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much.
There's a wasp nest in there. Be careful.
Okay, so what is this and what is this?
Mulberry.
Oh, I've never seen leaves like these.
Yeah. What
kind of mulberries are these? Do you know? Wow.
I don't know. There was some that we bought that were called like a wildlife mulberry.
Okay.
I don't know really what that is, but.
And this is also a mulberry.
Yeah.
And you don't know what that is either?
Nope. But I did get some sort of white variety from a friend, and I had a cutting, and it's one of these growing somewhere.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't really ever fruit.
And this is also a mulberry.
Yep, mulberry. And I like them just for chop and drop. And they grow huge quick. Like I had all these, like you see my big cuts. I bared them down completely. All of these, they were completely bared down after winter. So all this growth is this spring's growth.
These are like the prettiest mulberries. I've only seen like the everbearing types. I've seen a silkworm white mulberry. And I saw, baby, there's a wasp nest in there. So
be careful. Yeah.
The umbrella was so close to it, the joint flew around your head. It was like, what's up? But
I try to do a standoff with them sometimes. I'm like, respect me, I'll respect you.
If that would work. I
like to think it does.
Yeah. Speak it into existence, because literally they will mess with you, and y'all ain't even had a conversation. So yeah, let's talk it out first. I haven't seen the sturdy, thick trunks, basically.
These have been here for a few years, though. So that's why.
Still, I've seen like 5-year-old chop and drop mulberries just like yours. And I think it's just the everbearing has these barley, like
maybe.
Yeah, because I know mine, like
kind of more like this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
More like this one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, this one's always been a little bit smaller, but I planted all these at the same time.
Yeah.
And then like that one there.
And just the branches, like they make these thin.
Yeah.
And it just.
I like using them as like my vegetable garden over here.
Okay.
I use them as like a natural fence. Just cut them and pile them up over there and just make a big pile of branches so the ducks and stuff don't walk in there.
Got you.
And I tried to put a whole bunch of cuttings in so that way I can like kind of do like the English style fencing and like pleach them over and let them grow and pleach them and let them weave through.
Got you.
Because I hate dealing with plastic fence because it breaks and then you have to get new stuff and buying it. I don't like doing all that.
Got you. Everything is self-sustainable.
Yeah, that's kind of my main goal for this garden is I want it to be self-sustaining and kind of self-sufficient.
Another coop.
Yeah, that's one of the older coops. There were some ducks in that one. I keep saying I'm going to take it down, but I haven't done it yet. I got a few of those. That one needs to get taken down too. That one, it was the first coop I built.
Wow. Yeah. And it looks pretty good.
It survived so many hurricanes. Wow. I built that before we even started gardening out here. That was at our old house. So beginning of 2017 probably. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it still looks really good.
It's I mean, I over-engineer everything a little bit and it ends up being heavy. The goal is to move it around, but then I make stuff a little bit too sturdy. But it's because I always think about hurricanes, you know? Like one of our big coops, the one across the field over there, not this past hurricane, but the one before, I mean, it flipped it over completely.
Wow.
And we came out the next morning and all the chickens were just inside of it, but it was upside down and they're all just like, what in the world happened? So it probably like flipped on its side and they ran into it and then just flipped back over and they all just didn't ask and stayed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't even imagine being in a hurricane.
Y'all want a pumpkin?
For sure.
I got like 20 of them in the house.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to plant this. Is this a Suriname? Or Seminole?
Yeah, no, the calabaza.
Oh, and it's orange.
Yeah.
So are they only green when they're immature?
Yeah.
Got you. I've never had an orange one. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dinner.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make like macaroni with this.
Okay.
A vegan macaroni.
Oh, that's good. Like when you like shred it or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna boil it first and then blend it.
It's super sweet. Like like
never mind.
Like butternut squash. Like
got you.
It's like pumpkin. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
I'll have to use a little bit of it.
I like to do the butternut squash soup, but I'll use that and then like a souffle. You ever made like a souffle? I'll do like a souffle with those.
Awesome.
Yeah. Or I mean, for the dogs, we just roast them and feed them to the dogs. Sometimes.
Yeah, I also love them roasted because they have such a good flavor.
Yeah.
I'm like, I see your banana's been catching it with the wind.
Oh yeah, some of those are. Yeah, and that's kind of just a plot where I just threw out a whole bunch of pups. Put them real close, kind of just pup farm.
Got you.
But yeah, we get knocked around a little bit. Again, that's why I put that bamboo up there, trying to limit it a little bit. Because the wind coming from that way will really knock things around. And then the cold winds come out of this direction. And they kind of seep through the trees. The trees right here help a lot of like this stuff.
Yeah.
But like the protection kind of stops almost here a little bit. Over there, it's a lot more evident. But
what kind of banana is that stocky one?
That could be, there was a variety called like Little Gem or something like that we bought. And I've never really given us any fruit. We started it down there and it didn't do much and I moved some pups. It's never really done anything. I think it was a tissue culture to start. I don't really like getting tissue culture stuff.
I've been hearing about tissue culture.
Yeah, I try to stay away from that as much as possible.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, if you have to, you know, to like save a species or whatever, it's great for that. But if you have the option, definitely try and get stuff that's not tissue cultured.
Yeah. And save the species.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it that way. You know, that's like,
it's like a last ditched effort to continue it. Yeah.
What was it? Some mountain lion, I want to say they just were able to.
The dire wolf.
Okay. Yeah. From tissue culture, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Genetic sequencing, all that. The lady that was with the company was just on the Joe Rogan podcast talking all about it. It's interesting to listen to. Gotcha. They said they can do they said they have a lot of genetics for like everything almost. But then it's just like, all right, it's kind of scary. Yeah. What do you want to do? We're about to have Jurassic Park, real life up in here, man.
Yeah.
This is already Florida. It's already crazy here.
Exactly. Now you're bringing back dire wolves.
Yeah. Yeah, remember those books of the animal? Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I think, and I was just talking about this with Rebel Farms. I feel like millennials have had like a crazy, just a crazy life.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We're gonna have some stories because yeah, literally animorphs.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Well, even like shows like Billy and Mandy. You
Yeah.
know, like Dexter's Laboratory. Well, The Courage of the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
They don't have cartoons like that anymore.
Yeah, because they were terrifying the
They would give us some anxiety.
Samurai Jack.
Yes,
I can't even watch
love
that
Samurai Jack. That was my
that
was my funk.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Like he was fighting spirits.
Oh yeah.
He was literally fighting black magic. It's like all that stuff exists in another dimension. They just was like, let's take you there at 5.
Let's do it.
Shing, shing.
I channel my Samurai Jack when I do the bananas.
Oh yeah.
I kind of have those machete I have is like samurai style kind of.
Oh wow. You should have brought that on the tour.
Yeah, we'll go grab it in a little bit.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else that you want to take us through over here?
More bananas. These are just little palm trees. They're like a date palm type thing.
Date?
Yeah, like a little palm berry they put out.
You can eat it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can. The squirrels mainly eat them. They're from my grandma's house, my other grandparents.
Okay.
They have them growing all in their woods. And the squirrels will eat them. They'll get drunk off of them when they're fermented up there and fall out of the trees. Oh yeah. We'd sit there as kids. We'd, watch the hummingbirds and everything, but then you'd also see the squirrels getting drunk, eating the old fermented palm fruits, and they just slap straight on the ground and kind of just. They'll do it with the pineapples too. I'd see it with the pineapples. They'll get drunk off of pineapples, and you get drunk squirrels running around. Yep.
Like.
Yeah, it's funny.
A drunk squirrel. I've heard stories about that, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I need my garden to start getting that prolific where I can.
Raccoons will probably do it too.
Drunk squirrels. Oh my god, I don't want a drunk raccoon.
And a little jabbo hidden in there.
Angry drunk? Okay.
I kind of got jabbos stashed all around.
And do you know what kind of bananas these are?
These were Namwas, I think.
That's what they look like.
But I just cleaned them down. I
get what you're saying now about the clean trunk and the good growth habit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Namwas definitely.
Yeah. See, like they don't really want to fold over each other and everything.
Yeah.
Up here.
Sturdy. For sure.
Yeah. But then I have a few varieties that are like, I don't know if they're a Thai variety or what they are, but they kind of, it's like a Namwa, but they just put a little bit more of a smaller banana out. And they don't look quite as good. And they kind of get that black spot a little bit more than an Namwa does. Okay. I just recently cleaned out a whole bunch of these because I'm trying to, there's a red variety down here that I wanted to do something.
That wind feels heavenly.
Oh, I know. The breeze coming through. I love it.
My face had sweat on it.
It's worth getting hot and sweaty just to have that.
Yeah.
This thing here. It's some kind of red variety. I don't know what it was exactly.
What in the world?
But it's always kind of struggled, I think, because it was a little bit crowded by some of this stuff.
I
And
feel like
a little bit limited light.
This is the banana that they show when they're like, bananas aren't trees. Because they say it's like a, what is it? Herbaceous.
Yeah, grows from a rhizome type deal.
Yeah, because it does look like a turmeric or like a ginger when it's growing like this.
Giant turmeric. Yeah.
But you don't think this one's going to give you a rack?
It might. It might. I've done this to them before, and then they'll just put out a rack.
Oh, okay.
Like just not even drop it. Yeah, like one leaf and then a rack, and they'll just do it right there. Because it's kind of like they make the decision from down here, and then they just start pushing.
Gotcha.
You know. So, but it the storm knocked it over, so I dropped it. I cut it right below it because I wanted it to put a leaf and be able to have more photosynthesis and everything.
Got you.
Get more good pups going.
Yeah, they look really good. Looks really
good. Those are starting to look really good. I'm glad. I'm probably gonna delete that. Might delete these.
Word. Yeah, because it's starting to creep now back there, and that's your land too, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the property line's a little bit like right past the shade house.
Okay.
And it goes like that all the way to the road.
Got you.
And then down there is like full blown swamp.
Okay.
Swampity swamp.
So do you ever worry about alligators?
Not yet. I mean, they're in the ponds. We have a couple ponds up here. And I was mowing up around the front one, and there's a big old gator in that one.
Shoot.
Every now and then, though, there's a big lake over here, old phosphate pit, and it's all connected from the canal. So they just kind of go and do what they please. But they don't really come up here. So they stay down there.
Got you.
If they do come up here, maybe they'll eat a possum or a raccoon or something.
Yeah.
Maybe the coyotes.
We
get a lot of coyotes coming over here.
Got you. Coyotes and bobcats.
Oh yeah, we get everything.
Oh
and the neighbors that live over here, they're older and they've lived there since they were kids, and their parents lived there for a while. Wow. And they said when they were kids, they weren't allowed to go over here or nothing in the afternoon because their panthers would come up here still. Yeah.
Panthers.
Yeah. And when you look on the native range, they would come all through here, which now it's all segmented by highways and everything. So it's a lot less apt to happen, but they used to. They say you could hear them growling down in the swamp.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I bet that would be interesting. I've always wanted to see this place like 100 years ago.
I talk about that all the time.
Just be back 100 years.
I want to see old Florida, period.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I know it was the most lush, dense, just vegetative, full of life.
Yeah.
Gators everywhere.
My grandpa said that his dad told him how they would race horses on around Tomcow. It was all like dirt road out here, I guess.
Gotcha.
And all the boys would kind of bring the horses out here and race them.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's kind of, in this area, it kind of used to be called Foxtown.
Okay.
It was like a little small town, had a post office over here, and there was a big log mill to do the lumber and everything from the green swamp. So it was, there used to be a lot of history here.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, I really like that.
Me too.
It's fun to think about.
And it's fun to know it.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes me feel more connected to it.
For
I feel like I'm like
a part of it.
walking with them.
Yeah, you are. All of that energy is still here.
Every time I, like this over here, dig a big hole.
Every
time I dig holes, I kind of just dig random holes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always looking for arrowheads and everything.
What is that?
Like little Native American arrowheads for bow and arrow and everything. Yeah. They were out here at some point.
Yeah.
Just where they were camped and dropping arrowheads.
Gotcha.
Got to figure that part out, and then you might find some.
That's so cool.
My grandpa they live up the road a little bit. And every time they would plow the field, they would find arrowheads out there.
Wow.
So I would imagine they'd be out here too, because they probably came over here to hunt, lived over there, came to the more wetter area to hunt.
Absolutely. So. They were utilizing the entire everything. Like we can't even. You're doing great. Like as far as like same matching energy, you know. But we don't even understand just how protected and providing this land is.
Oh yeah.
When you think about it in that perspective, for sure.
Oh yeah. It's been providing and supplying for hundreds of years, thousands of years.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so banana pups.
More bananas.
And then once we hit this, so this is like a street.
Yeah, this is like the middle road up through here.
Got
like before they would just, there's a little sawmill up here.
Okay.
And they would pile up logs
up
in here and then cut them up there.
Okay.
And then they would just kind of mow this whole area. Over here, they would burn a lot. There would be just huge burn pits.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of why the soil in here is just so horrible. Because it's just basically just ash and broken glass and stuff like that.
Got you.
So we got to put a little bit more organic matter into it. And because it wasn't like this over here was just sand and field, but it wasn't as bad of soil as over here.
So these are lantanas that the butterfly just landed on?
That's milkweed.
Oh!
Yeah.
Got you. It's so pretty too. Are they? No, they're not hosting. I have those same bugs on my tomatoes right now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I don't know what those are either. Can't remember.
I don't even pay attention. I'm like, there's something out here that's going to eat you and that you're going to eat, so I just let them.
That's all you got to know. Yeah. At one point, I started to try and figure out the bugs and do all that and really figure out like weed species. But then I was like, it doesn't really matter what it's called.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it.
Exactly.
So I don't got to call it nothing. I don't need to spend that much time remembering names.
Exactly. For sure. Like you said, it's still going to eat my shit.
Yep.
So I see you've added some mulch.
Yeah, I kind of just bring them in and I'll stage a pile here to fill up a bucket and move it where I want to do it.
Got you.
Yeah. And then the one thing that's bad about mulch is the weeds that come in on it.
Yes.
Like this crap right here. Yeah. I used to have none of that. Now I got it. And then you get a lot of water bottles too.
Yeah.
Loads of water bottles and cans
lighters, and all type of weird stuff.
Red Bull. All sorts of stuff.
Right.
I found in one of the piles up there, I found like the road signs that they like block the road. They just threw them in there. Probably forgot about them or something.
Yeah. That's so true. A hodgepodge of stuff. I done found some boxers in one of my.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why they were in there.
Exactly. I'm like, good. I had my shovel. I'm glad I wasn't like digging, but still. So is this lemongrass?
Yeah, some lemongrass.
Awesome.
I had a little bit more kind of in the line right here. And then as I would get rid of it, it would flower and then just throw seedlings all through here.
Got you.
And then I would. It's decent. I don't really ever use it.
I love lemongrass tea.
It smells really good.
Yeah, it does.
Whenever I weed eat it, it smells really good.
It's really good for chop and drop. That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
If some people have been using it as like a. Oh, I see you are using it.
Yeah,
too.
kind of in here. I did that a little bit.
Yeah.
I like to do that more with just like bananas and just other stuff.
Yeah.
I like to do like just. This is kind of annoying to trim all the time.
For sure.
You really got to work at it. Whereas the bananas, I can just slice like Samurai Jack, like you said.
This smells so nice. Awaken your senses real quick.
Yeah. Good cologne.
Mm-hmm.
And more. These are all the guavas over here and out here are seedlings.
Okay.
From my like pink Barbies and ruby supremes. I'll save seeds from those.
Okay.
And they're pretty true to seed. You get a little bit of variability.
It seems like guavas do really good in your yard.
Oh yeah. And like all those over there and all these, they've dropped down to the ground and come back.
And this is all sugar cane.
Yeah, bunch of sugar cane over there. I did some
row.
sunflowers and pumpkins in here, but this
Awesome.
I did the regular sunflowers in here, and they definitely got affected by the pumpkins. Definitely got affected by those.
Got you. Yeah, because there's no pumpkin.
Yeah,
but the sunflowers look great.
But then this is a cherimoya.
Oh.
I got a couple of these I grew from seed.
Awesome.
And they've been abused and frozen, and
they're
still here. So
healthy.
maybe they'll do something. Yeah, got a couple of them.
So these are like in the Annona family?
Yeah, something like that.
I haven't tried the cherimoya or the Rollinias before.
I haven't tried any of the cherimoya is the only one I tried. Well, and
okay.
Sugar apple. But the cherimoyas, I got those from, you know, like the Hispanic grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go in there and find some good fruits and save seeds. Yeah, awesome. That's where I got all those from.
Yeah, I need to do that with like a lychee.
Yeah. I want to try some lychees again.
Whoa!
These are the Jardale pumpkin.
Wow. This leaf is
these
massive.
look really good.
So I know the fruit has to be huge.
Yeah, it's like a bigger sweet pumpkin.
Got you. This is beautiful. It's like a lily pad.
Oh yeah, like a giant. Well, those are giant lilies right there.
Where?
These big things.
Oh.
Yeah. See that like that white flower down there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then these will swell up, and then you'll just get a whole bunch of more little plants that grow from them.
Got you.
Another grandma's yard poached. She had tons of them, and they would just sprout up everywhere. So I'd grab them up.
Shout out to Graham.
Okay, old Nana taught me everything.
The trellis here.
Yeah, just farting around.
Okay.
Slap some up there. I might put some more on top just to give like a little bit of a shade area. I kind of want to put like a bench or a table over here somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta have a space to enjoy the garden. Oh, I'm in ants, and I looked down. There was a roach on my foot.
Cricket.
Oh my god, that was a nice little breather.
Yeah, we
you
do
say
get
the
a lot of
bugs?
Ants.
Oh yeah.
They got a powerful bite.
Yeah.
Oh, you got bit.
Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah, the ants are probably the most annoying bug.
Yeah,
Other than the bees. I had honeybees for a little while. And every time I would wash my hair, they would get in my hair.
What?
And then as soon as they get in there, they freak out. So then they're going to sting you. But they would just like, I guess the scent, they would just, you know, head and shoulders or whatever. They get in there like, that smells good. And then boom, you get lit up.
Wow.
And then once you get one sting you, they all come at you because they all smell it. And then you just have to run inside. But like, they're worse than the wasps almost because they just gang up on you like that. Yeah, on the back of the neck. I've been stung so many times on the back of the neck.
Wow. They say that's like a Ayurvedic medicine.
Yeah. And I'll say the past couple of times I got stung, I usually just end up going over there and working out. I'm just like, it's probably adrenaline. I'm just like, oh, I'm so mad. And just go work out. And then you'll have a great workout. So there's probably something to that.
Yeah. That's like the most manly thing I've ever heard.
Ready to go. It's like getting slapped before you start a fight.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Yeah, these guavas. I'm excited about these guavas again.
Yeah, you have a beautiful row.
They were looking really good a few years back, and we had one year I gathered at least 100 pounds of guavas off all these trees. I mean buckets. I was like, some of the gas stations were some, you know, there's some Indian guys in there that really love guavas. Because I would already give them some because I go there so often. It's like, hey, you like fruit? Here's some guavas. Because I'd have them in the truck anyways half the time. And I figured out they like them and had so many. I'd take a whole bucket in there.
Wow.
And be like, get rid of them. I don't want them. I have too many.
That's amazing.
And then we made a whole bunch of jam that year.
Awesome.
A whole mess load of guava jam. That was good.
I'm definitely going to be coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's guavas, and then I think it was another tree over there that I was thinking about. I want to show. It was either the Patanga tubas.
Okay.
Or, dang, I can't even remember. There's so much here.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime I come back after this tour, it's going to be like
It'll
a whole
be different.
nother, yeah.
That's the one thing I really love about it, which it's kind of depressing during winter because everything gets brown.
Yeah.
And then I say sometimes my mood kind of follows the gardens. When the gardens look really good, I love it. I'm happy. But when they look all brown, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
I can't go cut bananas right now. There's nothing growing.
Exactly. That's when it's nice to have an annual garden bed.
Yeah.
But even still, after the frost, I think we all get a little sad because all of that work.
Yeah.
You just watch it like overnight. You're just, it's definitely
But then if you got collards, they get good after a frost. So.
You said collards?
Collards.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get a good frost on them,
For
they get a little
sure.
sweet. Yeah.
Leafy greens, that's wintertime. But if you want color, like flowers and bigger, you're not going to get that.
Not much of it.
But yeah, this is awesome. What tree is this?
That's the cherry of the Rio Grande.
Okay. Yeah. And we just seen it on the other side.
Yeah, we're just coming up on the other side.
So I think my stuff is over in that cove. Yeah.
More loquats. All these loquats are seeds too.
This is all turmeric?
Yeah, that's turmeric.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So this is where you would pick from more.
Yeah, I definitely picked those. I probably should have got them out this year, but I didn't.
Nice rhizome.
Be giant next year.
Yeah.
Big Mac's pumpkin over there.
Oh my gosh. And then you did the sunflower thing again.
Yeah.
And it looks like the only place it grew is where there's not sunflowers.
Yep.
So weird.
I really like those sunflowers though, because like the few times I've seen hummingbirds in the garden, they were going to that.
Got you.
So I really like those.
I love Mexican sunflowers too. I have them scattered everywhere. They're great for nitrogen.
Yeah.
I make my fertilizer out of it. That's the only thing I use for fertilizer.
Yeah. If you have any aloe, mix some aloe in it.
Ooh, for fertilizer?
Yeah.
Oh, I never even thought of
Are you just doing like a quick wash of it and then, or are you like fermenting it?
No, I just put it in a bucket with water.
Yeah, do that with aloe. Get like the goo
and
then get it in there, just mix it up real good and then water with that.
You.
Because it'll kind of give you that, like that wetting agent type.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll kind of have that effect.
I know people use it when they do, instead of rooting hormone.
Yeah.
Got you. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Which you can make a really good rooting hormone out of willow. If you take a whole bunch of willow and boil it down and then use that liquid as like a rooting hormone. Because
I don't have willow.
Like willow, you can take some cuttings or something. I have a bunch of it.
Okay.
You know, it'll root by itself basically.
Got you.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It just, I guess the properties in it that help it root so well.
I think I was just learning about that. It's good for your internal too. Like you can take it and it heals bones.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What type of citrus are these?
That's some sort of lemon, I think. I think this one froze down, died down, and came back below the graft.
Oh, okay.
It's another one of those, but it's done well, so I left it.
Yeah, it has a lot of fruit. None of them feel ripe yet.
Yeah, I don't think they're any. It might be a lemon. I'm not sure. It's never really fruited this well, so.
Okay. Well,
see what it does. And that's another little cherimoya.
Okay. This one looks older. Are they the same age?
All same age.
Wow.
Yeah. I got another one over here.
Okay. And that one looks younger. So
yeah.
Interesting. More moringa.
Guavas, little, I think this was an orange or something.
Orange guava?
No, a regular orange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, regular orange.
Yeah,
citrus.
It actually does look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely orange.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
That's so cool.
Smells like orange.
I've never smelled an orange leaf. I've only smelled like lime and lemons.
Yeah.
But the leaves are my favorite.
There might be some. There's a variegated kumquat right there. That kind of tall, skinny thing.
Yeah, with no leaves.
Oh no, that's a dead guava that died for some reason.
Oh.
This right here. Oh yeah.
Kumquat. I've never had a kumquat.
Variegated kumquat.
Yay! So.
I usually just like bite a little bit of the skin off and then just suck the juice out of it. But they're pretty good.
Bite some.
Kind of like a lemon almost.
And then suck the juice. Ugh.
Definitely sour, but.
Oh. Okay. Okay. This is what you're just snacking on?
Oh yeah.
Damn. Oh, it's okay at first. And then it gets in there and it's like, oh, that's not sweet.
Yeah.
It's like
it's almost like the rind,
tip.
which I think kumquats you can eat. You can eat the rind.
Skin, yeah.
And the rind it's a little bit sweet like that, and then the juice is real sour. Yeah.
The rind is worse.
Yeah. It's
worse. Oh no. That made my eye start twitching.
Oh my gosh.
You can tell I'm hungry because I'm just eating shit. That wasn't even good and I did it. No, but it's invigorating.
Yeah.
I love feeling like at this point I'm fasting. So this is like
I usually do the morning. I usually won't eat breakfast. Like wait till like later lunch type deal.
Yeah. I can tell you're in such good shape.
Well, I work out over there a lot.
Okay.
You see my little gym.
Gotcha.
I got all my stuff. Which I really started doing it a lot more recently because I had lower back problems.
Okay.
I drove a truck for a long time and just I think sitting all the time just destroyed my lower back.
Yeah.
And then getting out, trying to do the stuff that you used to do all the time, you just tear your back up again.
Got you.
So I was like, I need to get control of this one. So I started really focusing on it, and I fixed it so far. So.
Awesome.
I can move again.
Yeah.
When I'm 31, almost 32 in January, but when I turned 30, I was like, I basically felt crippled. It's like it was so bad. I mean, I would get out here and trim some bananas, and I'd have to lay on the ground for a day and a half, just wait and get it to work back out.
Yeah, but it's if you don't use it, you lose it. So you have to use them.
Yep. And so many jobs that we do these days is just all right, sit here and do whatever. Yep. We're not meant to be like that at all.
No, at all. And that's why I love that you have so much space and that you're playing in it, because this is how you stay young.
Yeah.
Like how you stay healthy. Yeah, for sure.
I still feel like I have that like childhood wonder of just, when I was a kid, I would just go out and stare at trees in the woods, and like going hunting with my dad, I'd just sit in the tree stand and just stare at stuff. And you just the noise of the cicadas and everything, it's just all so interesting.
Yeah.
And then as you just really learn about how all these natural systems work, it all just comes together even more.
Yep.
And it's just so fun to work with.
I think it's not only honoring your inner child, but embracing who you are as a person, because you are still cultivating those spaces by continuing to learn, It's not like, oh, I used to love loquat trees, so I'm planting a loquat. It's like, oh, and this loquat attracts this bug, and now I'm going to plant these flowers because it also likes that flower, and just creating a whole relationship with the things that resonate with you.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Are these the dwarf Cavendish again?
Brazilians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are Brazilians.
Because they're making that trunk.
Yeah, these were the dwarf Brazilians, and then those were my talls. I thinned these out. I'm going to pull some of these out, let some go. So that's why they're all kind of small right now. I planted them probably a little bit too close.
Okay.
But.
Yeah, because you said this is the Brazilian too?
Yeah, Brazilian dwarf. And this still get like,
thicker.
They get big, but a little bit shorter than the tall. Like that's the tall. Okay. And that's even a smaller tall right there.
Gotcha.
That's kind of a stunted one. This one didn't really. This one probably came out the very end of winter. So this one probably never saw a frost, but like that one did.
Okay.
That tall one definitely saw a little bit of a frost.
Yeah, but it does make like a baby rack.
Yeah, and the Brazilians are kind of like those dwarf Cavendish. If the situation's not perfect for them, they're gonna not really give you much.
Got you.
Whereas again, the Namwas, it's like they don't really care. They'll just give you a few less hands.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still gonna be like worth eating the fruit.
Yeah, you still get a couple good ones. And when you're dealing with trying to work in between hurricanes and frosts and everything, you'll take all you can get, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially not like that. Like, that's some BS.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those, like the Thai variety, unnamed Thai variety that I got.
Oh,
a few of the first bananas I got were just gifts from people. They just, oh, you want to grow some stuff? Here, have some bananas.
Right. I don't know anything about them, but good luck.
One of my favorites, though, that's a persimmon right here.
Ooh.
One of the, I don't remember which one it is, but it's one of the Asian persimmons. They get real big and orange.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I see one.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. They're not ripe
Oh,
yet.
that's the one that you were showing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Seijo.
Okay.
Those are like boring.
Okay.
I want to try some more exotic
I want to
profiles.
say this one was a Fuyu.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know they like the flavor profile gets pretty
crazy.
Yeah, like some of them taste almost like a sapadilla, as far as like butternut. I want to say.
There's, you know, the ghost orchid.
No.
There's a orchid that grows in the Everglades. It's called the ghost orchid.
Okay.
And it's a leafless orchid called Dendrophylax lindeni.
Okay.
We have a cousin of it. It grows in the swamp, but there's a little tiny seedling right here. It's Dendrophylax perectus. And you see it's just roots growing on it, but it's a leafless orchid. The common name is the jingle bell orchid. And yeah, I've seen them. They grow on a lot of the trees in the swamp, but I've also heard from when I was in the Orchid Society, I was always talking to the old guys because they know freaking everything. But they would say that you would see a lot of these, and a lot of the orchids would grow on old growth citrus groves. And like the first few trees outside of the wooded tree line, they would get these all over them. So it's kind of funny. You see it on a loquat because it's a type of citrus.
Right.
So, yeah. I thought that was neat. I noticed it when I was trimming the branches, and I was like, oh, I'm going to leave this branch. Yeah,
only
I'm stoked
you
about that.
would notice that because you're the orchid guy. I wouldn't even know what that was.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because when you were saying leafless orchid, my mind just could not compute. I'm like,
yeah.
It was like, what's your name?
What is that?
But wow. So this little root is going to put out a flower.
Tiny little flowers. They're
Okay.
like tiny little like brown and like a little bit of like a maroony type little flower. And then they usually always will get pollinated, and then the seeds look like little jingle bells. They call it the jingle bell orchid. Yeah, because it'll have a whole bunch of tiny little seed pods on it.
The seed pods are almost more pronounced than the flower. It sounds like.
Yeah. You'll notice those more than anything. Little brown seed pods.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
There's not many epiphytic orchids native to here, so it's fun. We have those, and then Encyclia tampensis, they find over in like Circle B, the Tampa butterfly orchid is what it's called.
Okay.
And because I guess it was first described in Tampa, so they called it the tampensis.
Wow.
So it's kind of fun. And that one's really cool when it flowers. They call it the butterfly orchid because it's just like, it looks like there's a whole bunch of little butterflies, and they'll kind of dance in the wind. Yeah. That one's really neat.
I need to get into the orchid game.
I have some. I think I have a small one over. I'll give you.
Well, not to grow.
Tampensis.
Not yet. I need more shade. My garden is more sun. Yeah. And they love the humidity and all that, so I want to give them that environment. But I've only seen the regular like white, yellow,
phalaenopsises and stuff. Yeah,
that they sell at the farmers market.
Yeah.
I want to see the stuff that you're talking about.
I like when I got into it. I liked all the weird stuff. The stuff that had like the flowers that smelled like putrid fruit and stuff. Like there's some of them that put out flowers that stink because they want to attract flies to pollinate them. Yeah, just like the like there's certain succulents that do that. They'll put out a stinky little flower.
What?
Yeah, to attract the carrion flies and stuff like that. So
okay. Yeah, this is a whole nother genre.
Yeah.
A whole, and
plants is they're just so fun.
Yeah.
And I've kind of just like kind of bounced around all the different, like horticulture, agriculture, orchids, fruit trees, kind of just bounce around. And but that's how you learn a lot about something else. If you branch out and learn a little bit about different plants, that might help you in another direction. You learn a little about insects, might help you more with plants.
Absolutely. It's a full system.
Absolutely. And you have to learn it like that. You can't really just do one thing and focus on the books that are just have that one title.
Exactly.
You gotta really branch out.
For sure. Yeah. I'm looking at your baby pineapple. That's the first one.
Yeah.
That I think is a different variety than the others.
I don't know. They're all store pineapples.
Oh.
Just save the tops and grow them.
Okay.
Yeah. These look a little ugly because they got frozen, but that's why they have so much damage down here. Yeah.
Yeah, the pineapple though looks really healthy.
Yeah.
He hasn't put out any pups.
Yeah. These don't put out too many pups. I've noticed. They really mainly just do the one, and then when they fall over, then you might get two from the
when it tops itself.
This is a black sapote.
Ooh.
I got two of these. Another one over here.
So do they need a buddy to get?
I'm not sure.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Too.
Yeah. Bought 2 seedlings.
Yeah.
No,
so you saved the fruit, or you saved?
No, I bought these as seedlings.
Got you.
Yeah, these are bought as seeds. I've never tried that fruit.
Really?
Nope.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Me too.
I've only ever eaten the white sapote.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never eaten a white sapote, but I have had the black sapote.
Okay.
And I do feel like it's what they say. I think if anything, the texture is the allure and the color. Because the fruit flavor is like any other sapote, I feel like. It doesn't really have a pronounced.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a guava. You know how it has like that calm kind of. Yeah, and even the texture is just like a guava. Like I feel like it's set without the grain.
What kind of guavas have you had?
I don't know. Probably just like the Ruby Supreme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because those are usually they have good flavor.
Guavas?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're like the rubies in the pink. Because the only reason I say that is the Mexican varieties up there. When I got those, I was so let down. Because I was thinking that they were going to be like a regular pink guava, but they were just like water. It was like nothing.
Yeah.
It didn't have much of a flavor to it.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of don't really care about those too much.
Yeah.
But they would throw a huge fruit, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Why. Probably so much water concentration in the big fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been impressed by the big ones.
Yeah.
I think black sapote probably has even more flavor to me than a guava.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
that'll
I
be
think
fun.
you'll enjoy that.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm excited about them. Let's see what these apples will do.
Yeah.
Let's cut one open.
Is my mic still on? Is it hot?
No.
Oh.
Just like almost fell right off.
Oh, it's juicy. I need to get my knife. I'm not officially a gardener yet. Ooh.
Tastes like an apple.
Mmm.
They're like I think it's an Anna apple. Anna and Dorset were the ones we got.
Wow. I don't like apples.
I mean, they're not bad for a Florida apple.
This is really good.
You're not going to get a Red Delicious, but you can do it. You know?
It actually has flavor.
Yeah, it's one of the lower chill varieties. And when you look at like, I think it was like Ginger Smith or Ginger and then Smith or something, Granny Smith and Ginger, they're all lower chill. Only some of them are super high chill hours, like 800. Some of these are like 300, 400. The chill hours, the amount of chill hours you get during the winter, but it's like when the temperature drops below like 50, they consider that a chill period. So then you rack up the hours. And when they say 50, I kind of wonder, is it really 50 or is it 54? Is it, you know, which one is it? Or is it just in that region? So
you need a certain amount of hours
to induce like fruiting or something like that, yeah. Pears.
They can hear you. Right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I got all the stupid questions because I don't garden. So.
No, but
I mean that's
not stupid questions. People wonder what chill hours are all the time, and yeah, if you buy a peach tree, you have to make sure it's a peach that has chill hours that fit your climate because you'll never get fruit. You'll be growing a lot of vegetation, but yeah, this is a really good apple.
And these are they were Scarlet Beauty plums. And we usually get a good bit on these every year. This year was a little bit low. Some of these trees, like a lot of the fruit trees, you kind of notice you'll get a really good year, really slow year, and they kind of just go and bounce back and forth.
There's certain trees though, like mulberries, that it's like even if it's a crappy year, you still get so much abundance.
Just dump. Yep.
Speaking of, that's a mulberry.
Yep, one of the mulberries. Again, I don't know what variety. We bought it was like a pack of a couple different varieties several years ago. Yeah, you know, it came like 5 different varieties. You get online.
Was it seeds?
No,
cuttings?
Just little cuttings, rooted cuttings.
Yeah. I didn't know people were doing that.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I don't remember who it was from.
I didn't even know about mulberries until I started gardening.
I want to say maybe it was Tai Tai Nursery. We got some stuff from Tai Tai Nursery.
Tai Tai?
Yeah, Tai Tai. I think that was the name of it. TaiTai.com. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe we just did a shout out. I don't know. I think we did.
We got some
roses. Yeah, I just slapped some stuff out here.
I love it.
I really want to do more of these cedar trees. The red cedar. It's technically not a cedar. It's a juniper, but
it's a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
That's so cool.
They'll get big, be a nice windbreak. I got another one down there.
Okay.
I had one in the middle, but I didn't water it and it died. So I have another little potted one I'm going to put out there.
There's so much
kind of
space.
Just, yeah. In the kind of the middle area in between the two gardens, I want to do like a little bit more of just like woody trees. And kind of just fill in this space here a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I've just slapped some bananas out there just because I think bananas are good for just culturing an area.
Yeah, biomass for sure. Strata occupation. That's the word.
More exudates.
Should I give this to the chickens?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, toss it in these.
Oh, shit.
They'll get it.
Okay.
They're very resourceful, these chickens. They'll eat everything. I mean, I've seen them when we're moving them. You'll run over like a little baby snake, and they'll eat the snake.
Oh my god!
They'll eat the whole snake. Yeah.
Damn.
They'll kill snakes in coops. They'll kill rats. Yeah.
What?
You'll go into some of these coops, and there'll be a big old honking rat just sitting there.
Oh my god! That'll be the last day I went in my chicken coop.
It's that one. This coop down here, it happens all the time.
Wow. Because you say the rats are attracted to the sugarcane and stuff.
Yeah, they really get into that sugarcane, especially like again during a drought. They'll really start munching on it.
Got you.
And it's just sweet. And then it's like they munch it, and then they won't really tear it down or nothing, but it'll like ruin the whole stalk because it'll start to ferment it and everything. That's kind of annoying, which is why I kind of keep it open a little bit. I don't make it super dense.
Yeah.
Because I want like the hawks and the owls to be able to. If there is a rat, I want the hawks and owls to get it. Because we get hawks, all of these pine trees, they'll just sit up there and wait. And they'll swoop in. I mean, the little frogs and the bananas, they'll get in there and pluck frogs out of the bananas. Wow. Lizards, the swallowtail kites, they get the frogs too. They say the swallowtail kites eat, you know, snails primarily, but I've never once seen them eat a snail here. They always eat frogs and lizards. And snakes. They'll pluck snakes out of trees too.
Oh my gosh. It is a lot to see over at Luke's house. This is crazy.
Yeah. We've been growing.
Yeah.
Been growing it.
And you're really out here. Like you're in the boonies for real.
I like it. I don't like being seen too much.
Yeah.
I like to be, you know, in my own little area. I don't like to be watched by neighbors. Sometimes I don't realize, like, I'll, you know, go over to my mom's house or just wherever, a friend's house, and I'm like, this is an apartment. There's people everywhere. Like, what is happening? Never seen this many people before.
You're like a homeschooled kid.
Yeah, you do. You revert to a natural state.
Exactly. Like, I can tell just like your anxiety is non-existent.
Oh, it is, but
it's
not. It's not that bad.
It's not. Yeah, like compared to a lot of people, you just seem calm. You know, doing your own thing, not really caught up in the woes of the Matrix.
Yeah, I try not to be, because especially like right now. There's a lot to be caught up by too.
A lot, yeah.
Just ignoring it, getting out here.
Yeah, because this is what's real. All the rest of that stuff is just distraction and entertainment.
Yep.
Same thing.
Yep.
But another pine.
Yeah.
So these are also medicinal.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So you're hip to that.
Well, and I just like pine trees. We planted a whole bunch, like up in the front corner of the property and everything. We planted a couple hundred of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, big rows, and we planted them like when we started all this, so like 8-9 years ago, and they're like 20 foot tall now. It's awesome. It's awesome to see, because they were all just tiny little babies.
Yeah.
And then these, like, we just get seedlings coming up all over, so I just dug them up, put them back here.
Okay. It's
just to kind of
pretty.
Create more of a line right here, you know.
Yeah.
Along with the bamboo.
So this is the other bed that you just started working on. How old is this one?
I don't know. I think I first started putting stuff out here maybe 3 years ago. Okay. 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
And then I just stuck a whole bunch more bananas out here because I had pomegranates here and they died. They were great pomegranates. I've gotten pomegranates from them, but they just died.
Do you know why? Oh.
I think it just, I don't know if it got too hot, too dry.
Yeah.
Or what, but.
Especially for them to put out good fruit.
Yeah, they did that and stopped.
At least they blessed you before they did.
But then I'm putting some loquats in here because the loquats, they don't freeze, you know, they block a lot of wind. So I'm trying to use those to curate a little bit of a line, spaces that won't get knocked down by freeze all the time.
Right.
That's why over there I'm letting them get a little bit taller. Things like that. I got a few citrus trees in here, some young pomelos, different things. A couple more white sapotes down here.
Okay. I can kind of see the difference. The white sapote is the one in the middle.
Yeah, and I thought that one was a goner. I thought it had died, but it's coming back.
It has the 3 branches because it passed or because it struggled.
Yeah, those are all just coming from down
below. Okay. So yeah, and then the rest of this is like turmeric and
There's more bananas. Yeah, guava. These are they're struggling because they lost their shade. I got to put something here for them. But it's a vexator.
Oh no, it's not a star fruit.
It's the Jabo that's technically not a Jabo. It's I want to say Myrcearia vexator. I think that was it.
Is that the yellow one?
I don't think it's the yellow. It's like a fuzzy. It's kind of like the yellow and how it's fuzzy, but I think this one was blue. If I remember, I could be completely wrong. It's been a couple years since I got them, and I haven't really read up on it recently.
I've seen.
But yeah, vexator is what I remember.
I've seen them, like just in text.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even have the fruit.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I just read about them.
Yeah, and they don't really form on the trunk. They kind of are more of a branch former.
Branch hanger.
Yeah.
I think that's how the Grimmel is too.
Yeah, I think it is a little more like that.
The branch a little bit. Okay. All right. So this is the oldest tree in this area, you think?
That one? Yeah. Maybe. It might be.
Guava?
It might be. That's another seedling. Mature. And I haven't cut it back at all, which is probably why it just looks so big.
Got you.
I've just kind of let it. Well, I haven't cut it back at all this year.
Yeah.
It's got some in there.
She's going in. I don't know if I seen a bug or heard
Probably.
a bug.
I got stung by a bee a second ago.
Really?
Right out of the hand.
You said nothing. It was like it never happened. Wow.
They're not too bad.
Point. Yeah. So you feel like wasp stings are worse than bee stings?
Oh yeah, I think so. The only thing bad about the wasps or the bees is they just attract more of them if they're there.
Got you. But
we used to have a hive over here that someone had found in an electrical box, and they just brought it out here. And I never really did much with it, and it stayed here for a few years. I got honey from it a couple times.
Okay.
But then this year they swarmed and left.
So
they've swarmed and split before, but last year they swarmed, and I think a different hive came in, because there was a hive that swarmed over here and was in the bushes, and they were a little bit bigger bee. They're a little bit different, and I think they were an angrier bee, because about that same time, these got a lot more angry. Because they were very, like, most European bees are fairly docile. Like, we had some hives a while back, and, I mean, you could go like this and deal with them half the time, and they wouldn't really bother you. As long as you're not beating on the box or nothing, they wouldn't bother you too much. But when these mixed with whatever honeybees, because some bees, I don't know what varieties are meaner, but some are.
Yeah, for sure. And they're usually fatter.
Yeah.
But okay, so is there anything over here that you want to?
Yeah, let's look at the Lacana.
Okay.
Yeah, these Lacanas, because everybody talks crap on Lacana because it's horribly invasive, which it is. But
you have to guide
a legume. You know, it's a good nitrogen fixer.
Is that the air pot tree?
Kind of.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
Yeah. It's similar to the ear pod.
They're a nitrogen fixer, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and like you can or a rabbit over there likes Lacana more than Moringa. I used to have a couple goats and a little zebu bull, and that's when I first got into this, because they would just tear up the trees, and I was like, what is that? They would like go crazy for it. And I started looking it up, and it's Lacana leucofolia or something like that. And yeah, they grow it in hedgerows and stuff in Australia for grazing cattle and stuff like that, because it's got a really good amino acid complex to it. Grows in drought, but nitrogen fixer, so it can be in a garden application too.
It's not edible for people though, right?
I think it is in small amounts, but it's I think there's something in it that you're not supposed to get that much of. Like
katuk. Are you familiar with katuk?
I'm not familiar with katuk.
Okay.
But I have heard that it's like that though. Yeah.
You can't eat it too much, and it has to be cooked first.
Okay.
But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. That's funny that people are like against it.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, when you can see it in almost any ditch. You know, you're driving down the road, it's just about everywhere, especially when you go to South Florida, it's everywhere. Okay. Like the Brazilian cherry. or Brazilian pepper tree.
Word.
It's similar, but I think this is a little bit more useful.
It has so many seed pods.
Yeah, it throws seeds like crazy.
That's probably.
And all you got to do to control it is just.
Got you.
Don't let it seed.
Yeah.
Don't let it seed.
Awesome. Boom. And is this all squash right here?
Yeah, some zucchinis in here. I have some strawberry beds. Okay. We can hop in there. Swing a leg over.
Oh God. Yeah, the last time I did that, I sliced the heck out of my leg.
Oh God.
They had a U-post.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right next to like 2 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It went
bananas. You say that about anxiety. I don't really have much anxiety, but I do have just like, I've learned too many ways how the body can just be mangled.
Yeah.
So I have that anxiety. Yeah. I'm just like perpetually being careful.
If you've seen I Survived or any of these crazy
that stuff.
shows, Scarred, it's like totally makes sense why.
We are sacks of water.
So what kind of zucchini is this?
Cocozelle.
This is the healthiest zucchini.
Right in here.
I see some on there.
We pulled a bunch of them off already.
This is crazy. Mine get vine squash borers, vine borers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and your callaloo. This is massive too. Do you use the leaves?
Not usually.
Wow.
Not usually.
Babe, do you see this callaloo?
Yeah, these are all, I mean, I'm assuming it's amaranth, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We, it was one of the cut flower things we grow.
Wow.
And it just keeps seeding itself. They pop up all over the place and I try and let them grow.
Yeah.
Again, the soil over here is like, you can kind of see it. It's just like pure just sand. This has a little bit more organic matter in it because I've dropped a lot of mulch through here.
Gotcha.
I've had mulch like a foot deep 3 different times through this whole ridge right here.
Okay. Yeah, it's
getting there.
Really
it used to not even grow weeds like this. Like the weeds would be so sparse through here.
Get your sorrel. Is this? Oh no, this is
okra. Okra, yeah, and it's growing like horribly because it's just so horrible out here. And I don't like mixing nutrients. I need to be better at that, but.
Well, I mean, for animals.
There's a little in there if you want to eat it. You ever eat it raw?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take one. You want it? We had some. Did you eat all of it?
Yeah.
We brought some okra literally from the farmer's market with us on the trip. Yeah, he likes it raw. I don't like the mucilage. Yeah, it's not my. I'll eat it, but I like it like fried when it's not healthy.
It's good fried. I like it fried.
But I love this space.
Yeah, it's getting there.
You got some cauliflower. Is that cauliflower?
It was collards, but it did that. So I don't know. I ain't never seen it do that.
I got some brassica seeds this year. And ooh, are these purple peppers?
Yeah, some little small bell peppers. There's some over here too.
Wow, that is so pretty.
Yeah, I like the color those get.
How's the flavor?
Pretty good. I mean, like kind of like a
regular
pepper? Green bell. I can't really do spicy stuff too well anymore.
Okay.
It irritates me.
I understand that. These are gorgeous. Oh, and these are marigolds?
Yeah, little marigolds.
Such big, robust flowers. I'm going to grab some seeds.
Yeah, do it.
So pretty. It looks so healthy, too, in this full sun. Like, there's no shade, and it's just chilling. Yeah. Even your basil.
And I haven't watered anything over here in a long time. We've been getting good rain, so that helps.
Crap. You said you thought these were what?
They were collards.
It looks like purple broccoli.
That's what I thought, but
like
they were all collards, and I've been picking collards off of them forever, and then it did that.
Wow.
So I don't know if maybe it was
does the same thing,
like a hybrid or something. And then it just flowered and did that. But they were all none of these were forming broccoli heads. I had cabbage over here.
Yeah, and it's pretty late in the season to be forming a head.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that would.
But that looks like a flowered broccoli, right?
It definitely looks like broccoli.
But these were all collards.
Gotta say,
because it was Alabama blue, and I had Georgia Southern over there.
Got you. And that's the only one that's done that?
Yeah. Yeah, none of these have done it.
Maybe just that one is.
I need to cut them all down because they're covered with aphids. One thing about insects, though, you have to let some of the bad insects persist, or else you won't get any of the beneficial coming in.
Yep. They have to know that they're there. Yep.
Exactly. And I mean, space is a lot of that too. If you have a small area, it doesn't really apply
That's
the same.
true. I don't plant as densely as some people because I have more space. But that's a good and a bad thing too, because now the soil isn't occupied.
Yeah.
Which also brings in the beneficials.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all gonna figure it out eventually. So
it does.
It's not a big deal.
It does. Like, I mean, these gardens over here, they were all pretty nutrient deficient, kind of like out here.
Yeah.
And then just over time of just always chopping, dropping.
Yeah, because you
adding
said this
mulch.
was just burnt. Like this area. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all just like that big pile over there was one of the burn piles that they were gonna burn. But then when I came out, I was like, well, let's just let all the logs rot.
Ooh.
I've been because I would drag all sorts of logs over here, put them all over the place, make piles of them, just let them rot.
Got you.
So,
hella
do that. Oh yeah. One of the first books I got into was the teaming with fungi, teaming with microbes, teaming with nutrients. That Jeff Lowenfeld series.
Yeah.
That's key. That right there is key. That'll help a lot of people, I think.
Yeah. I think so many people are just scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is really nice. I'm like trying to get these Mexican sunflowers. I don't know. Looks so pretty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love those things.
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah. They're like undisturbed. I don't want to bother them. It's the middle of the day. This is usually when they play the most.
Yeah, really. And it's nice.
What kind of tree is this?
Oh, June plum?
Oh, really?
I think. Is that what that was? I don't remember. I think that's what that was.
I can't
Something
tell
like that.
you.
It's never fruited for me.
It's covered in fruit. That's what I was going to
Really?
say. Maybe yours is a male.
It might be. It's
because
literally never fruited. But it's been knocked down by freeze multiple times.
Yeah, no, still.
So
and knocked down by freeze?
Yeah.
I don't think my June plum got knocked down. If anything, all the leaves fell off, but the fruit remained.
Really?
That's one thing. It's so much. It's like prolific, always covered in flowers. This might be a male or something.
It might be. Yeah, someone gave it to me. I just slapped her in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could tell that stalk right there died at one point.
Oh, yeah. That thing is cracked. It looks like it's been through it. And this was a part of the June plum too?
Yeah. Yeah, that's some of the dead.
Yeah, she's survived some things.
Seen some shit.
Yeah. Okay, and this is more of the amaranth.
Yeah, I had some butternuts growing through here.
Got you.
And then I tried to do the okra, but they just
couldn't survive.
They were not having it. I really got to, like I said, I'm gonna do some serious mulch layering in here.
Yeah.
Probably do a little ditch
to bring some vegetative
and just fill it in.
Mycelium life.
Yeah, because it's void of it all.
This is gonna go crazy though.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'll just let these do that, and then you get a bunch of them. I try and like take them and I'll shake them around the edges.
Yeah, I don't get good results when I do that.
I don't either. I don't either. When you try, it does nothing, but when you don't try, it goes crazy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like when you buy something that you really wanted, that's the thing that they're either lying to you about or just doesn't grow. So why does it always work like this?
And you have so many stories to prove that. I feel like all gardeners do, honestly.
Yeah. It's all trial and error.
Oh, yeah.
I think all gardeners just kind of want to test the boundaries a little bit to some extent,
for sure.
You know? We're all trying for something. Trying something that probably most people say you couldn't. A lot of people do that.
Yeah, I feel like gardeners have a lot of great qualities.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be patient and optimistic and have faith. All of these things, because starting out with a tiny seed and getting all this is nuts.
Yeah, especially like when you plant and it doesn't really do too well.
Yeah.
Then you're like, crap. And you have to just keep trying it again, keep trying it again, keep trying it again. And eventually you'll get there.
Yeah. That's what I tell people when they're like, oh, I have a brown thumb. I'm like, no, you got to try again.
Yeah, just keep doing it. We all kill a bunch of stuff.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is a moringa that kept falling over on me every storm, but it just, I cut it and it keeps coming back.
Yeah, and the trunk is red. That's crazy.
Yeah, that first flush of growth is like that.
So pretty.
Couple little jabos over there.
Yeah, I've seen those. So what variety are these? Do you know?
I think those are red hybrids.
Okay.
I think those are the seedling red hybrids I got, which I'm kind of curious to see what they do.
Yeah.
You know, because if, I don't know.
That one
if the red hybrid is a cross, then what do the seeds of the cross do?
I didn't even think about that. It'll probably have like more of one species than the other.
Yeah, it revert back to another. Yeah, it might.
That'd be interesting. There's so much here. Like, just in this
wood
pocket.
pile.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I didn't even notice the wood pile.
It's been there a while.
So what is that for?
It's toads and bugs and rot.
Rot. My rot pile.
Because I mean, really, like you get toads living in there. You get all the mason bees. All those different bees will get in there. The carpenter bees, and half those bees are the bees that are the best at pollinating squash and pumpkins and stuff.
I need a rot pile.
Yeah. Get a good log pile going.
Okay. Great tip.
Yeah, and then I mean, underneath it, you get so much more life.
For
you
sure.
You get the layer of protection from it, but then you just get the rotting of the wood. The fungal mycelium can come in, break it down. The worms can come in and eat all that. The microbes can come in and eat all that. It's a party.
Literally.
It's a multi-tier party.
And this is the tallest, healthiest Callaloo amaranth that you have.
Oh yeah, they get big.
Everything over here
They'll
looks
get big.
super healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, but you also have the this Leucinia?
Yep.
Yeah, the Leucinia is planted in their nitrogen fixers. I gotta get some of these too.
Seed pods. There's a bunch of seeds in here. If you want some.
I'll take the low one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I can put
they're
these,
super easy.
On the edges.
And they have a super waxy seed. So if you kind of just barely, like, scarification? When you like kind of scratch the seed a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, do that on these. And then they'll sprout immediately.
I'm gonna scratch it with some sandpaper. I got some sandpaper on my dresser. I'm like, why is it here?
Yeah.
For me to scratch these. Awesome.
Yeah, just take like the more round end, just take and kind of run it just a little bit to break that waxy cover on it.
Perfect.
But these seeds, they'll hold for years. I have some that I saved when I was like 18 years old.
Wow.
And I have a bag of them and I can plant them in 3 days they're popping.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're kind of crazy like that. Yeah, the pod will split and they'll all fall out really easily.
Okay, I'm seeing that. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're a nice almond shape.
Yeah, see how there's the rounder little thing? Yeah, just kind of barely nick that.
And it is waxy. Let's see. I can't believe people would eat these at some point.
I mean, hey, if you're hungry enough.
Yeah. Maybe like the green ones.
Yeah.
Give you an edamame vibe. I did that with butterfly pea. Never eat butterfly pea seeds. Ever. Never do it. Like, seriously, somebody told me that you can eat them like edamame. So I stir-fried them with garlic. And I had a field day. Me and Trey crushed like a big bowl of them because butterfly pea is prolific. Just like these. Like, so much nitrogen. Yeah, they give you the runs.
Oh my gosh.
They're literally toxic. I don't want that. Yeah, like, no, seriously, I Googled it after. And I'm like, why did I Google it before? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was like, damn, everywhere online was like, don't eat butterfly pea seeds.
Who had told you that?
Someone just grows food.
Oh my gosh.
So I just
you gotta be careful with some of these people.
Yeah, seriously, I'm like, you ain't doing that. Why would you tell me to do that? You probably seen it on TikTok and was like, you should try it.
Oh, no.
No research.
I watched Les Stroud, Bear Grylls, and they said, don't do that. Those survival, you ever watch those survival shows?
No, but I know who you're talking about.
I watch those all the time. They'd be like, don't eat that, you'll die.
Word.
You'll get dysentery and die.
Yes, and that's literally what it was.
Yeah.
Literally, if I would have ate enough, I would have out my whole system and just been like dehydrated. Like, it was crazy. Yeah.
I heard of people doing that, like just random flowers, because kind of similar. They just, you can eat anything to a certain extent. And they end up, their throat closes up, and they get, jeez.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Doing all that.
Don't go into the garden hungry. Yeah. That's pretty much
especially a garden you don't know.
That part. Exactly.
Because some people be doing them death gardens.
Yo.
That's when it gets squirrely. You ever heard of them?
The what? Death garden?
Yeah.
No.
When they'll grow basically stuff that just like kills you. Like a toxic garden. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like we do food forests, they'll do a death garden. It's all toxic. I kind of did a line of bamboo through here I'm trying to block a little bit of the wind that rushes through. I mean, as closed in as we are from around all these trees, big storms, we'll get a ton of wind that can knock over bananas, you know, be annoying.
I get what you mean, because there's no windbreak.
Yeah, and so I saw how good this one did, and I like that. So I wanted a wall of that there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so smart, Luke.
Yeah. And these are all just divides from the roots of that one.
Awesome.
Just get in there and cut one out and
propagate.
slap it in. They take a little while to get going, but once they do, they shoot up pretty quick.
Got you. Yeah. That was literally what I was going to ask. Yep. If you were going to use the bamboo, because you know some people build stuff with it.
Yeah, I do have some larger varieties of bamboo planted up front.
Oh yeah.
That I'm trying to get growing because I want to try and build some stuff.
Yeah.
Big bamboo. This gets decent size. You can use it for trellising and stuff, but
are those the geese?
Yeah, there's the geese.
They're under the bamboo. It's probably the shadiest spot.
Yeah, they love it under there.
Wow.
They love it under there. And like I said, I started over there and then planted this way, kind of filled in there, and then we moved out this way. So that's why this stuff is, the soil in this area right here is horrible.
Okay.
I mean, absolutely horrible. I tried to do a vegetable garden over here, and I need to just
let it go.
Well, I need to just add a lot of organic matter to it.
Got you.
To get it, you know, jumpstart it. Because that's kind of what I did in all these other ones. You'll see when I get over there.
So how do you get, like, you would get compost dumps back here?
At first, we got 2 loads of a mushroom compost.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we found that on Craigslist or something.
Awesome.
And we got 2 of those loads because when we started over here, it was just vegetable beds.
Okay.
So we would get that brought in mainly for the vegetable beds, and then we started getting to the wood chips. And when the bridge was better, we had them all drop it right here.
Gotcha.
And we had, I mean, probably 40 truckloads about just piled up right here, and I'd just move it around. That's partly why this bamboo grew so fast, so big, because that was where I had all the wood chips for a while.
That's exactly what I thought, because damn.
It grew quick.
And it's nitrogen rich as hell.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's very, very green.
That's when I go into the garden, what I plan on doing is kind of doing a little bit of a ditch.
Yeah.
And laying down a whole bunch of bamboo in it.
Yeah.
Doing mulch over that, maybe some more bananas on top of that, and then just planting alongside that to allow that to work in.
For sure. And I'm sure the bamboo, because I was gonna say you could do that with wood chips as well if you wanted to speed it up. But I think the bamboo would probably be easier for plants' roots to grow through.
Yeah, it might
I hear the what is it? Wood chips leach nitrogen, like they take up a lot of nitrogen. Yeah,
but one of the reasons why they take up a lot of the nitrogen is because it's like you're getting that sponge, and then you're getting a flush, like a huge growth of the microbes.
Exactly.
So then they're using a lot of it up. They're kind of tying it up, but if you look at that, it's kind of like an investment for later.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. So for your trench method, it would still be very beneficial for the plants.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
and I'm mainly doing that just to inject it in, you know, because it might do it. You might get it to go into the ground a little bit quicker than just laying it on top.
For sure.
Then, because that's I'm just kind of following what I did over there, just doing it out here. Because I did a little bit of like culture beds over here.
Okay, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I was trying to think of the name.
I mean, the culture is a little bit more strict than kind of what I did. I did a partial culture, right?
That's why I don't be using the names.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
like,
people want to act like, oh, that's not that.
And it's like it still works. I don't get it.
Yeah, I kind of look at some of those things. I'm gonna toss this over here. Okay. I kind of look at some of those things as like theory, you know, more than a definition.
Sure. I believe it's all a theory, and it's also like depending on the garden. Like I've seen so many gardens now that they'll be like, you can't do this, or you have to do it this way, you have to do it this way. And these people are doing like nothing. Like some people not even bringing in outside compost, and they're just using the Florida sand and have great results.
Oh yeah,
you know,
sand's great. I mean, sand really is great. If you can get a little bit of organic matter in it and get some life going in it, it's perfect.
Gotcha.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah.
It's cooler over here.
Yeah. Well, and I think the sun just went out, but yeah. It'll still. I'll be weed eating over here, and I'm like, ah, dang. I'll pass out.
No, for real.
But yeah, like I said, we'll I guess we'll get over here and then work that way.
So how old is this garden?
We started right about 8 years. Right about 8 years. I was looking back on everything, looking at pictures, and yeah, right about the end of 2017 we started, but it was just vegetable beds over here.
I can't walk past these.
Yeah.
I cannot.
There's probably some on the ground. They've been falling like crazy.
Falling? Are these the not edible ones?
Oh, they are, yeah.
You just don't eat them? Oh, no.
Oh, I already got a ton in the house.
Passion fruit. I was talking about the pink pineapple.
Oh, yeah, those. Yeah, those are from my grandma's house.
What?
Oh, yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff.
Still don't care about the pineapples.
I know, I don't like them because be careful with them. They're like little cat's claws.
Oh,
they will tear you up. Which
got you.
The pineapple that it puts out is all right. It's not that sweet, and it's the fiber's a little bit more coarse than you know, like the ones you get in the store.
Yeah.
But you can eat it. You know, it'll taste like a pineapple, kind of.
Can I take one?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll get my machete and we'll cut one off.
Because I'm like ready to. Oh my God!
Here,
pink is my favorite color. This is beautiful. I've never. There
might be some more ripe ones over here.
Okay.
Yeah, but.
And you said it's from your grandma's house.
Yeah, she had tons of them growing. Both my grandmothers were huge gardeners. Always had, you know, flower beds, all sorts of stuff. So I was always spreading mulch with them.
Wow.
Doing stuff. You know, I learned a lot just from doing what they told me to.
I'm ready to cry. I'm so emotional because I hope my grandkids like have that experience. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think I've been so lucky.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
And like shucking corn with my grandpa, you know.
Yeah.
Learning how to use a knife, doing stuff like that. You know, it's just it's good for kids.
How old were you? Do you think that when you started getting out into the garden?
I mean, as soon as I was able to, really.
Yeah,
you know, really early on. Just whether it was following them around, just looking at flowers and then telling me not to break stuff, or actually moving mulch.
Right.
Them telling me not to chop my toes off with a shovel. Yeah. You know, all sorts of stuff.
Gotcha.
And then when I was probably like 8 or 9, I started I'd follow my mom to Lowe's or wherever, and I want those pepper plants. So then I'd bring the pepper plants home, try and grow them. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Make some little hot sauce. One time I was making hot sauce and I was cutting up, it was like habaneros and Scotch bonnets, and I was cutting them up and didn't have gloves on or nothing. So in my hands, I basically like maced my hands. And then I was crying all night. My mom was trying to figure out what to do with me. We were soaking my hands in milk, doing all sorts of stuff.
Yo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I like this.
Yeah, you did that too.
All the time. It's like, when will I learn?
Yep.
Yeah, I just
gonna forget pretty quick.
And you get too comfortable and you just want to get it done, you know, because I done put it in the oven before to try to dehydrate them. Now the entire house is safe.
Then you can't breathe. Yeah.
My daughter's in the house choking. Like, oh my God. But yeah. Okay.
That's how it goes. That's how we learn, though.
Oh, I'm gonna take this off probably. It's really not a point. I thought I was gonna wear it because of mosquitoes and stuff, but
yeah.
Honestly, and I probably
in the evenings you get the mosquitoes. They'll come out like that's a swamp, so I mean they come buzzing out. Camping out here is almost impossible because of that, but
yeah,
that's how it is at my house.
Just about. I mean, wintertime they kind of calm down a little bit, but they'll still be out unless it's really cold.
Even really cold, I still get mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Don't you guys die ever? I'm just glad that there's dragonflies.
Oh yeah,
Speaking
we got
of
loads of those.
Yeah, because you have loads of mosquitoes.
And there's usually a lot of the little swallowtails and different butterflies on it. They're usually everywhere.
Okay, I see you got that passion fruit. Yeah. I am trying to try that passion fruit.
Yeah.
Because this is a yellow one. So is this like a grandila?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was.
The yellow ones have the white pulp or like the clear pulp.
Okay.
Have you? Yeah, you've had it before, so you know what it's like on the inside. Let's see.
I rarely even eat
this skin honestly. Is hard.
I have a knife if you want it.
Yeah. I think it's so.
Under 40 altogether, like 38.7. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just a
40.
Yeah. I haven't really. I mean, I think at one time I estimated that's like I have about an acre planted. But when you kind of it's all sparse over here, so I didn't necessarily count all this. But altogether, you could probably say it's about an acre.
So how did you end up out here?
It's her grandfather's property.
Gotcha.
He owned it for years. It was just kind of his playground. He had the barn and just collected all sorts of stuff.
Wow.
And the family would have Thanksgiving and stuff out here.
Gotcha.
They have a barbecue restaurant, and he was catering an event. It was like the 80s or something. Catering an event that was an auction selling land, and this came up for auction, and he bought it while he was catering the event. Which is pretty cool. And that's where she works at the restaurant, and they still have the restaurant. It's a barbecue restaurant in Lakeland called Jimbo's.
Jimbo's. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so we a few years ago we just wanted to buy it because we started gardening out here.
These are peach trees.
Apples.
I don't want to. We're gonna come back.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to get.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I've been letting these sit on the tree. I think they're about ripe. You could. Oh, that one got torn into, but
that's how it usually
y'all
goes.
can taste these. Y'all can take those.
Oh, cool.
We can come back this way and pick them or do it now.
Yeah, I hear that you can't grow apples in Florida.
That's what they say. But
here we are.
There they are.
Yeah.
A lot of people told me I couldn't do it too, and that kind of made me want to do it even more. Apples, plums. There's a couple peaches in there.
Okay.
I need to clean it out and weed eat it, but it's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I planted this row right here first, and then all those other ones after it.
And what are the two big trees?
Mulberries. I'm not sure of the variety.
Holy crap. And they're fruit bearing?
I think those might be males.
Okay.
But I'm not really sure. I have a bunch of different varieties. Like there was one right there at the beginning of the row.
Okay.
That's like a red, like the native kind.
Okay.
It's like a little bit smaller, and they'll turn about black.
I didn't even know that they had a native mulberry.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how native or whatever. I just know when I bought it, it was from a native nursery, and it was kind of just called the native mulberry. Yeah. But that's my favorite one. It fruits a ton.
Okay.
And it tastes decent.
Gotcha.
And it grows really well.
Awesome.
So it works.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So you let your chickens free range?
Yeah, some of them we do. Some of them get let out during the day. We have some geese, some ducks. They get let out. Some of them are in coops that move every other day, every couple of days. Yeah.
Wow.
Got a bit of a conglomerate going on, a hodgepodge.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Where's how many chickens? These are chickens, right?
Yeah, these are chickens.
Okay.
These are some laying hens.
Variety, it looks like.
Yeah, we tried to get more of the heritage breeds and everything.
I am so out of my pocket with this one. Okay, so heritage breeds. What is that? Just
kind of like an old world breed, you could say. Just something that's been around for a longer time.
Okay.
They probably had it back in 17, whenever. Some of them. Yeah. The breed has just been kept up for a long time. Yeah, similar to heirloom seeds. Yeah.
Heirloom chicken.
Yeah, basically.
Yo, that's crazy. I don't know if you know, but I'm vegan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't partake in any
we don't really
stuff.
eat the chicken. We just eat the eggs.
Okay.
I did clean a few chickens, and I don't really like doing it. So
there's two up there.
Oh yeah, they get all up there.
And they're like big.
And a lot of them, they're starting to get pretty old too.
Okay.
Some of them are, 5, 6 years old.
Okay. What's like the average lifespan?
You can get them up to 7, and they start tapering off laying.
Okay.
Yes, those are some of the older coops.
Oh, coops. Okay.
Yes, some of the first ones that I built. You can see kind of the progression of my style as I went along. And then they kind of, they would break, and then they just
We're talking
are
about
no longer
the chickens.
mobile.
Not the coops.
Oh yeah.
Big chickens.
Oh yeah.
The biggest I've seen. Is it because they're heritage chickens?
No, some of them get even bigger. Yeah, like there's Jersey Giants that, they'll get bigger than that thing.
Oh no.
Hi. Hey, this is Olivia.
Sorry, I was literally getting out of the shower.
Hi, Olivia.
My stepdad, it's a whole thing. My stepdad almost killed himself, but he's alive. So
Oh no.
they did show up. The emergency services showed up, but everything was fine.
Oh my goodness. What did he do?
It was just the Apple Watch when he was unloading all the equipment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, crazy time.
Okay.
Okay, y'all have fun.
Love you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for allowing us
She
here.
is the chicken tender. She is the chicken master. She basically, all I do is build the coops, and she does just about everything else.
I wish I could get you in this. 'Cause I have so many questions just about the chickens.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
It's like, I'm just in awe right now.
Oh, really?
Honestly, yeah.
Oh.
This is, how many chickens do you have?
Probably like 50 now.
50.
Yeah.
And so you separate them?
Yeah, they all have their own little groups, just according to like really when we got them when they were babies.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, so like that was a Rural King group from Rural King.
What's Rural King?
Rural King is like kind of like Tractor Supply.
Okay.
So yeah, we got those, and those were like, well, we started with 4 from Tractor Supply, and then we got these, and then we just kind of, you know, chicken math. It's the chicken math. Once you get a couple, then you get a couple more, and then you get 10 more, and then
Got you.
yes, and then they make their own chicken.
Okay, and now you have 50.
Yeah.
Got you.
And then did you let the geese out and the ducks and stuff?
Yes,
They're,
yes.
They're around somewhere.
In the gardens, probably.
And then,
The
yeah, then it's
geese.
just a fight.
I've never seen a geese in
Oh,
person.
yeah, well,
Well, you're about to.
Oh my god.
They're something.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely
Yo,
something.
Zion would love it here. I have a 3-year-old.
Oh yeah,
and he would go crazy.
They would
Yeah.
have so much fun. I'm sure.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, I can walk with the
Oh, I just realized you didn't have on a mic, so they didn't hear anything you said.
Sorry, yeah.
No,
Well,
it's
he can-
okay.
He can repeat it all. He's fine, yeah.
Oh, this is so
He
nice.
can do the whole spiel.
Yeah, it's just so cute when you do it. The chicken tender. I gotta put that at the bottom
Yeah,
when you come
chicken
up.
tender.
Chicken tender.
The chicken tender.
Pun intended.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
But I love this. Thank you so much, Olivia.
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
appreciate
Well,
your
have fun.
time. Yeah,
Enjoy.
enjoy your day.
Thank you.
I'm
Y'all
like
too.
sweaty
No,
already.
you're good. We live in Florida, so I mean,
Yeah.
we're used to it.
Yeah, we're all a bit sweaty.
Y'all have fun.
Bye, babe. Love you.
Watch out for all the chicken food.
Oh, yeah, right.
The chicken poop's not that bad. The goose poop is.
Okay, but
A little
we'll
worse.
see the goose poop from a mile away.
Yeah, you might.
Might.
The goose poop's a little bit more green because they
Russian
eat more
roulette.
grass than
And
the
then
chickens do.
we're in all this grass.
Yeah, I know. I tried mowing, but it grows so fast. out
Yeah,
here.
and it like rained yesterday.
Yeah, we've been getting a ton of rain, thankfully.